Went to the Walgreens like literally like probably 2 months ago.
Really?
And they were gonna call me back, and motherfuckers didn't even call me.
Wait.
You didn't call me back. I swear to God.
So it took them. When did you go?
Probably like 2 months ago. I still haven't got it back. They have not called me up. Nothing.
Did you go in?
Yeah.
Did you pay for it?
No,
you had to like pay
I didn't
them.
pay nothing.
What, it was for the camera?
No, so like I had one of these from like when I lived in LA.
Okay.
And like we just I don't know, we went.
Did you have some explicit pictures on there?
I don't think so.
Because I mean, I could see them not calling you back if they're like developing girls' tits and shit. But like,
Why though?
well, because it's just like, you know.
But I don't know.
I mean, like, it's just a girl's tit, and like you're getting people to like, you know, fucking look through it all.
But I'm not
like,
having them look through. I just need them to develop that.
But
They
you know,
still
look through it.
like when they develop it, they gotta
So
look
what?
through it. It's like if the first
Dumbass don't tell.
if the first picture's
That's
like
where we're at,
a
right?
picture of your dick, they're gonna be like, nope, I'm just gonna close the book on this shit.
Well, then they should have called me and said they couldn't.
I guess that's
Then I
true.
put some-
No, they're probably just like, yeah, I'm not even
Yeah,
going
I'm not
to throw it away.
Just-
But no, but hey, but like we did that like, so you know how you got home videos from when y'all was kids?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the same shit, but we had it on like the VHS, like you had to put like the little tapes like in the camcorder we had. So my mom took like probably like 50 tape. Like, dude, I'm telling you, when I had that camera, I had videos. I got videos of me and like some of my neighbor friends who like skated and like rode bikes and scooters. Like we literally, like, cause we had ramps and shit, we'd like set it up. We'd have all the neighbor kids come out, charge them $2 to sit on the government sidewalk. And we just hey, no, we could do no tricks. Like, I mean, we could kickflip, but like we're just kickflipping ramps. And,
So like do shows, like you were doing
and
shows
we're doing
pretty
like little
much?
demos, bro. But I have it all on video. But we took all the like every video from like when I was young, like kids, like chill, like birthdays. Took that shit to Walgreens. My mom did. Same shit. Never. They lost it.
Huh. I wonder why.
Told them they lost it.
That's what they said?
Yeah, they lost that shit.
That's weird.
So all my childhood memories are gone. I don't even think I was actually a kid before. I don't even think I was. And I still
No
going back,
proof.
bro. Don't buy backwoods from Walgreens either.
Why?
It's like $15.
That's the only reason they're expensive?
Expensive as hell, and they suck.
Okay. So first, you go to Walgreens, right? They obviously don't develop this camera footage twice. What made you go back the second time and be like, you know what? They fucked up my childhood. I'm going back.
Honestly, I needed that camera done. Like I was trying to put I've been trying to do like collage shit for like music and like just like artwork shit for like IG and
Like the thing that was on your Instagram recently with like the
yeah.
the
You know,
faces.
just different shit. God, like everyone's gone.
Why do you go out to LA a lot?
I'm LA, bro. I'm from LA. I was born in LA. No, I'm just kidding. I was not born in LA. I wish I was born from LA. Like, I just love it. Like, I like to wear funky ass shit.
Yeah.
And like, if I took my shoes off and socks off, I'd like my toenails are painted. Like, I just do the funkiest shit. And like here, like when I wear this out here, I feel like people are like looking at me.
Well,
It's like
stand out.
Yeah, but like when I'm there, I feel like I can just wear it and be like I mean, it's not that I'm stressed because of course I'm gonna wear it because I love it. And like I just like the shit that I wear and whatnot.
It's just you feel like you're being judged all the time.
But yeah, and not that because I at the end of the day don't care, but it sucks.
It fucking blows.
Well, yeah, like when you know, like people are just like looking at you weird.
Yeah.
Like when I have my nails painted, like.
Well, I mean,
got
like,
the weirdest
I mean, like, but do you make the connection like that? This is kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like,
But
getting
why
your
is it
nails
weird?
painted.
But why is it weird? Like, why can't it just be like? Why can't it just be like somebody's just
No,
doing some
I
crazy shit?
get
Like,
it.
why
I
can't
get
it
it.
just be like, oh, it's crazy instead of like,
Fag.
Well,
yeah? Why does it have to be some gay shit? Why does it have to be gay?
I mean, let's dive into that, right? Like, when you see a girl wearing like dude shit, are you like, that's a tomboy? Are you just like, that's a girl?
Not even like you. That's okay. We just went out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend's like sweatshirt.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Yeah.
That didn't look like it was no guy. Like I mean maybe not to me or like to some, but like I don't know. I think yes, there's like I'm not saying that I wear dresses. I don't. You know,
Yeah.
Like I have a lot of like I have like a bunch of girl pieces.
But okay, so what I mean is
Yeah.
like, if you were to go out and see, like, for example, Jeremiah's out wearing a dress, would you be like, that dude might be a little fag? I think there's this preconceived.
How is he conceiving or like perceiving himself?
See, but that's the thing. I don't think people can like look at that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I
yeah,
think people look at him at a glance and was like, that nigga's
Judge him
wearing a
on
dress.
their appearance, yeah.
That's what he is. I think that's.
Well,
what
okay,
people
so
really feel
are
like.
they judging him badly, or are they just
I
because
think
though
it's-
like people judge like I don't know, like it doesn't always, it's not always bad. It's like, oh, that person's wearing a dress.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think people just judge to judge. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I'm not saying I don't judge. I judge.
Yeah, everyone does.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
But like,
Everyone
but I
does.
don't mean to. Like, I never say no shit to nobody's face like that.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, everyone judges. Like you see Nick, and the preconceived notion is that he's an athlete. Why? Because he has the Nike fucking sweatshirt, shorts, and his leg is broken.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
he just
I
looks
tore my
like
ACL,
yeah,
in.
exactly. It's just like he looks like he just got off fresh out of football team. You know what I mean? So it's just like
Oh God.
people who don't know you will judge you just because of the way you look instead of the way you act.
Yeah, that's true.
Other than like, you know, if you act crazy.
And I'm not
in
saying I
public.
don't act gay because I be doing some gay shit. Oh God, I be doing some gay shit, but I'm straight as hell.
You sure?
I think so.
I think so.
No, and I got no problem with gay people either.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't either. I assume I don't want to speak for you, but I'm assuming he doesn't either. But like, it's just one of those things when you see someone
Don't
that's
fuck me,
like,
but
it's just one of
Hype
those
me
things where
up.
like you see
Yeah.
someone and you want to put them in a box, you know? Like, oh, he's black, he's with these people. He's white, he's with these people.
That's
and
just
then
how the brain
break
works.
that
though.
box
The
more.
brain likes
Yeah,
to
that's true.
categorize
That's
everything.
true.
So
That is-
with
that
my
is
thing
true.
on judgmental is
that's why I'm saying like everybody's like, you know, like it's just how you like your brain's gonna judge and
Yeah.
that shit categorized, but it's how you like go off. Of
act.
that.
Yeah, that's
How you act, like how you respond to that.
Exactly. That's how
to
my
that
thing was. Like, I don't
categorization.
care if you judge me or if I judge someone else, but don't act upon those judgments. As in, like, if I think this guy's gay or if this guy's black, so I'm gonna think he's dangerous, don't treat him like one. Just be like,
Yeah.
whatever. That's just how I think. I don't know.
Okay, but
That's my
have you
thing
ever
on
been like
judgment.
walking down the street, like,
And you
so,
saw a horse. Someone walking a
what the
horse.
fuck?
You're gonna look. You're gonna look, right? You're gonna double look. You're like, the fuck?
Yeah.
That's like if you saw Jay walking down the street in a dress. You're gonna be like,
Yeah, yeah.
but then you
I
know,
thought Jeremiah was wearing a dress.
and then half people.
Oh, we both in dresses. This is where it starts to get like,
This is where
okay,
it gets
these
a little
guys are.
weird. Yeah, everyone's
This is where the
just
shit's
fucking dressed.
That's like when you see the two dudes walking together. That's just like,
That might be a little weird.
I get that. I understand that.
Okay, well, so I was walking to get the Fiji waters because I was like, you know what, might as well be healthy, might as well walk.
Yeah.
And so I went
It's a
to go get the
beautiful day.
yeah, right. It's a beautiful day. So I went to go
Nice.
get those Fiji waters, and it's just like at that Chevron line across the street.
Yeah.
There's some two Chinese people cross the street and walk behind me, and I was sketched out. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know what's happening, but I'm sketched out. So I walk like.
Big ass.
I know. They're probably behind him, like
Stay behind him. He can't do anything.
he's dangerous.
I mean, like-
Little do they know he's scared of shit.
I mean, like, but like, think about it, like little things like that, like just their action of like
Yeah.
crossing the street to walk behind me when we were going the same way. Like, you could have legit walked that same street
Yeah.
alone. Like, what in a human body or what in your human mind makes you think that that's dangerous? Like, if someone did that to you, you would get sketched out. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what are they doing?
You're not
Yeah.
aware. If someone's behind you, you don't know what the fuck they're doing, so
Yeah.
you're kind of like, shit.
Well, and they were walking close to me, so I was like, I don't like when people walk close to me like that. Like, cause I don't know, I don't want to
How,
get shanked
like,
or
when
some
you said they
shit.
were old?
Huh?
They're just
Yeah,
older.
they're old Asians, so like they had like
They're probably harmless then.
100%, but it's like
You don't know.
you don't know, you know what I mean? Like, especially
Well,
now,
they
like-
probably just didn't want. It's like walking next to just like people choose to keep their distance or walk behind somebody or in front of them instead of walking right next to them.
I don't
Like
know.
some random person
Yeah.
crossing the street or just
Walking
walking
right
right
next-
next to them and just not saying nothing. Instead, have a little space and
Yeah.
stay behind him. Like, you know what? I don't want him to look at me.
Yeah, see, that's the
They're like,
issue.
we don't want this jailer behind us, so we're gonna stay behind him.
I mean, but like that close though, like niggas, that nigga.
But then they're
close.
older too, so they don't really care.
Yeah.
They'll be all up in your space.
I feel like there's something to be said for like, you know, the bubble that you carry around yourself. You know what I mean? Like, some people have bigger bubbles than other people.
My bubble's inviting.
Really?
As mine's super
I- well,
inviting.
Because I would imagine
Depends on this.
'cause
Well, when we were just
I
out to eat.
don't want to speak
Depends,
on
like-
things that I know, but you know, I don't want to say anything that you're like, I don't want you to say that, so
I don't
I
give a
won't.
fuck. I don't
Okay,
give a
well,
fuck.
when we were
I
at
don't
the
give a
when we were at the campgrounds, you remember that?
Yeah.
Like a couple years ago, we were way younger,
Oh yeah.
and that dude with the skateboard, you remember that? Am I allowed to tell that story?
Oh, when I was about to beat
Yeah,
that
yeah,
fool's ass.
yeah.
I was about to beat
Well,
that
well,
fool's
well,
ass.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't
All right, so we were camping with Jay, right?
That was after the fact that I thought they were trying to steal my shit.
Yeah, 100%. So we'll fast forward a couple times. He has this Honda, right? It was a Honda.
Yeah,
and it had an alarm on it.
Loud ass alarm, typical ass Honda ass alarm.
Yeah, like a loud ass alarm, and it didn't strike me and Jeremiah as anything. But Jay was like, "Someone's in my car."
I heard
he
that
ran
shit
over there. He ran over there, and everyone.
I took Kaylee's mom's. I took her lantern thing, and I remember that shit was like when I was running was. Burning the shit on my arm, bro, and I had knife in one hand, shit on when I was ready to kill someone.
So he's running with a knife, like towards his what he thinks is a stolen car at the time.
Dark.
And I mean, like in his defense, his alarm was going off.
Yeah.
So I would have done at least something similar. So he was just running towards the car.
That's not the whole thing. But.
He was running towards the car with a knife and fucking a lanyard, and sees nobody there, right?
Yeah, I didn't see nobody.
Yeah,
I seen these two dudes standing right there, but I was like, they ain't been in my car.
Yeah. So he didn't think he thought like someone was robbing his car because the alarm was going off. And wasn't it going off when you were there? Like it was still going off?
I had to turn it off when I got there.
Yeah, so and then he sees like I don't remember quite how the story goes, but I remember you seeing two skater dudes.
Yeah, those are the two dudes that I ran by. Then like when that all went down, like didn't see nothing, and then it was the next day when I had seen them pull up like while we were swimming.
Oh yeah, that's right. And you're like, it's those fuckers.
And I mean, I was far out. I was on that line. And I hopped in that shit like Phelps, bro. I was swimming. I was like, get this motherfucker. Oh man, I was about to beat his ass, bro.
So how do you feel in those like little fits of rage that you have? Because you do have little fits of rage. You don't feel anything.
I just act, bro. It sucks.
Like,
I mean, they're way better now. Like
I'm
so much better now.
Black out.
I'm so much better now. Like,
Yeah.
Like I can control my shit now. Like if I know I can freak out, like I'm still gonna freak out. But,
Yeah.
Like, I don't freak out like totally like that no more.
Like
just
that
because
time
like I
we were
realize
at
shit's
football
not worth
camp?
it. Yeah, just because like. Yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, I don't know. I deal with that shit way better now.
Has there been a time where you've just like been like, I can't deal with this shit, like that you can speak about, like a time you're just like, I'm really pissed off and I really just I can't deal with this. I'm gonna flip, like, and you knew it was uncontrollable. Like, is there a time? You can speak?
I flip.
Is there a time you can speak when that happened, or no? You don't have to. Again, if there's anything you don't want to say, don't say it.
So many times.
But like a time that you can say.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about this today in the shower for whatever reason. So there's this club in Hollywood, like on the Strip, like it's like the Sunset, like it's like the mall. There's like a mall, and then there's like a club. People call it OHM, whatever. But like I've been there so many times and been kicked out so many times. But like this one time, it was like my girl just like came in with her friend, and I was with my homie Shooter. Mm-hmm. And we went to the club, and like me and Miranda get in. We go into the club, like we're like getting ready to like go get drinks. I paid me and for everybody. And we like get in, and I look back, and fucking they're like harassing Shooter over there with his ID, and I'm like, this motherfucker's 21, blah blah blah, this and that. And then I guess this one wasn't like more like an uncontrollable rage. It was just more like, fuck this, I want to freak out. So I just kind of walked up. I was like, what's up, man? Like, what's going on? And they had already bothered me for having a hat. And I was like, you're underage ass club. Like, fuck you.
Wait, you're not allowed to have a hat in the club?
I can't have my hat in, bro. I was
Is that normal?
So I had to go in some
really?
like I had to go
have dress codes and stuff.
Bro, it was like I had to go in some flat ass hair and shit. I was like, fuck that shit. I want my hat. Couldn't wear my hat. I was like, whatever. Fuck it. I want to go have fun, drink this and that. And underage club still, like, I mean, it's like 18 up, but like still.
Yeah, it's club. Underage. It's not like.
And so they're like harassing Shooter, and then like this is his real ass ID. We're not doing no fake IDs. Like we're all literally of age. Like he's older than me, and so like I'm in, and like we're just like sitting there. Finally, they're not letting him in, and so I just kind of start talking some shit. And then like I start talking, like we just started this and that, and then at one point I had like 3 bouncers up on me like this, like up against the wall. God. We're kicked out, this and that, like, and man, I was just like, if those dudes weren't gonna fuck me all up, I'd fuck them up, bro. But I don't know, bro, like.
The fact that it was an 18 and up club.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't know clubs had dress codes like that. Well, I don't go to clubs.
It's like when we went to Vegas, we were all stressing for a minute because we were like, wait, what? And
like so, how strict is the dress code in Vegas, for example?
It just kind of depends. You like they like to be.
Fuck no.
Really?
Yeah, no. Maybe if I had an overcoat.
Like I got in with black jeans. But other than that, you gotta have like a nice jacket on, a nice shirt on.
Is it listed?
Yeah. Like it's like you got to be either in like slacks, in a suit or just dressed.
I mean,
nice.
granted, like we when we
Yeah,
the night we
good.
did, like we went to the Hakkasan. It was it was Billboard weekend.
Yeah.
We went to Drake's after party. At the
I know.
Hakkasan.
I heard about that.
That was amazing. Kevin Hart came on stage, was like cussing and shit.
Was he drunk?
Yeah, he's drunk.
Kevin
as
Hart's
hell, bro.
always drunk, man.
Oh
All
my
those
God.
things.
It was
He's
so
always
good,
drunk.
bro, like,
But yeah, it was
me and
just
Nick were
because.
so fucked up.
And then they like if sometimes they'll make you take your jacket off and they'll make you pay for the coat rack and then go in and like. But other than that, yeah, you can't go in.
It's just about me.
You can't go in like that.
Oh, so they make you pay for shit when you wear that
Yeah,
shit.
but I think like the hat rule though, like I kind of get it, like the hat rule because like
Manila.
Safety?
it's so like yeah,
Like
so like
safety.
like somebody's not like
Yeah.
Boston bombing,
Yeah.
Mm.
That's what I was thinking.
But I mean, like, how safe, like, is that? Like, how much safer is that compared to?
I think it's more if they can get a visual, like
Yeah.
the security and
got
everybody
you.
kind of watches
Yeah.
it. They can kind of see you.
They can
see
spot
your
you.
eyes. They can spot you out easily.
Like man, the hat just makes
Yeah.
it fit
And it's
so
kind of it's a
good,
look.
man. Like,
It's a look. They want it. They're all kind of fighting to be, the classiest. The,
yeah,
the
like
nicest.
a hat probably looks not as professional, which is kind of gay, but
You're
Is
in a
there-
suit and then you got a hat on.
Is there like a club, like a club that you're like, this is the club we need to go to?
Anywhere or where?
Like in Vegas, like, is there like a club where like everyone goes to?
Hakkasan.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's that new one though?
It's either like it's I think it was called like Light
Yeah,
or something.
that's
But
what-
there's
that's
always
what-
got something new, But
Oh,
like
yeah.
Hakkasan, MGM's is a really
Yeah,
big
MGM.
one because Drake, Kevin Hart.
That's where we seen
Lil
Parker
Uzi
there.
was there. Then they got a bunch of DJs going, and then Drea's is big.
Yeah, Dre's is
Dre's
dope.
always got Big Sean,
Yeah.
Ray Shremmer.
Yeah, they have like I think
Chris
Chris
Brown.
has like deals with like Ray Sherman, at least Ray
Yeah.
Sherman, Lil Wayne.
Lil
Always
Wayne, always. So like those three, and then Light had like T-Pain,
He's
DJ Esco,
Wesco would be fun.
Metro Boomin. Pretty much, it's like, but it's just kind of switches. The new club will open up, and become the best new thing, and
Oh,
then
really?
there's like the main ones that were kind of.
What about in LA? Like, is there anything in LA that's like
I've honestly only went to like one club in LA.
really?
Yeah, it was the
Why is
Hive.
that?
the 18
I
and
didn't.
one?
No. I went out that one night.
Because you are in LA a lot. I would imagine that. Like,
I lived there.
I mean, practically.
I was
I
born
lived there
there.
for half a year.
I was born there. What do you mean?
I lived in like Marina Del Rey. I didn't live in like Hollywood. I
Mhm.
mean, it's still like you call it like LA, but
Yeah.
it was more. I call it the nice part of Venice. You're not gonna. Your shit's not gonna get robbed right away.
Do people rob a lot in LA?
Bro, I got literally was probably like the third month I lived in like LA. We were in Venice, like we were just going to the beach one day, like we were all skating, and I had like 2 ounces of weed on me, and we're just kind of sitting there smoking a bowl like right before we were going to hang out, and I put like they literally must have just been watching me smoke, like only were like, oh, okay, we just want the weed because they like they use this like door. It's called like a door puncher that you like. You do something like in the lock and it takes off the whole door handle, and then yeah.
What?
Yeah. So it picks up the door handle, and fucking so like the whole door handle like we're like with this my homegirl's car, and like we fucking like the whole handle's gone when we pull up. Fucking like her purse and everything in the console, there. My homie's suitcase with all of his camera gear, his camera bag not touched, just my little like purse bag thing gone with all my weed, card, ID, everything, like all my stuff. Like,
why did they take all your shit? Why didn't they just take like the weed if that's what they wanted?
Because they had my card and everything in there too, bro. Like they had like a good little pack. Like that was like my little. I had everything.
They had
bro.
a good little pack. They're
And like,
ready.
cause I got this call from my bank. They're like, "Hey, did you just try to buy $1,500 TV at Target and
Jeez.
in Culver
Why,
City?"
okay, why would that be the first thing you do? Because you know
Right.
that these cards have fucking
Like,
people watching them.
That's
You
what I'm
gotta say
saying.
fuck it.
And so I was
Yeah,
just like,
that's it.
I'm like, it's like winds going off. I'm on the beach. No, that was not me. Cancel my card, please. I walked to the car and I'm just like, I didn't even notice the door handle at that point.
Yeah.
I had her keys. I just popped the trunk. Only my shit was gone. I like go around the passenger side, I'm looking at stuff. Still had not looked at the thing. I like go back. We meet up with everybody. I tell them like, hey guys, like somebody jacked our shit, like my shit, fucking and like this and that. So we all go there, and then Caitlin's like, my door handle. And I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like, Like
When you saw that-
only my shit was gone.
When you saw that door handle missing, like what was in going through your head? Were you like, what
dudes
the
are
fuck?
professionals.
They're professionals.
Right? That's the only thing I
They were
was
stocked
like,
out.
these niggas know what they're doing. They went in, they popped the whole door handle.
The whole
up.
door handle was gone, dude. I know what I know what a door handle like a car door looks like. Do you?
No.
Do you? You know what kind
They were
of? I
sticking
tell
out.
you,
They
I
were
seen that
sticking
shit.
out.
The whole door was
But hold on,
tight.
but at the same time, we're on just like a little two-way street. So there's cars parked this way, cars parked
So
this way.
someone
cars
should have
going
been
like
able to see him.
this. That's what I'm saying. How did nobody still see these dudes popping the door handle out?
They
or
were
some
minding their own
shit, bro?
business.
They're like,
Oh
I mean, that's
my
what I would do.
God.
Honestly, I'd be minding my own business.
They're
I
all
wouldn't say nothing.
fucking
He left
in
his
it.
keys.
They're
If
all
you were
in
driving
it.
by, you would just be like,
They're like, let's go to Hollywood.
let's get out of here. Not stop and be like, hey.
Yeah, we're in Venice. We're going to Santa Monica.
Yeah, we're out of here. They were staking out.
Yeah.
They were watching you.
They-
That's what I'm saying,
Stake
because they
out.
only stole that, like, you know what I mean? And you know what? Every time I go to LA now, like, and I go to Venice, I literally look for some people smoking a pipe, because this pipe is so, like, if I saw it, I'd know who it was. It's the only pipe that has velvet on it. Like some velvet ass, like it was like a soft, it was like a fabric pipe. Like, it was like
Really?
a pipe and it had like fabric on it. Like, so I know what it, like,
know.
It was a velvet pipe.
yeah, it was weird. It's
This-
weird as fuck.
Okay, have you ever had like that thing where you've lost something or something's been stolen, and the value of it in your mind goes up like tenfold?
Hell yeah, whenever I'm trying to get a claim.
Oh my god!
I'm like, yeah, I think like $10,000 worth of stuff is gone. Get that
Oh
nice
my
check.
fucking god!
Now I got 2 laptops.
So, oh wow, that's crazy. So, games. Let's talk about some games. Yeah.
Sure.
Now, Jay,
What up?
you're the only one with an Xbox One.
Oh my god, I've been
Right.
trying to get a PS4.
What?
I've been trying to get a PS4. It's check
It's
my
not that
offer
hard.
post.
It's not that
Check
hard.
it out,
I'm not gonna have
bro.
an Xbox and a PS4, bro. Oh, what?
Xbox, PS4, and Switch. Mike and 360.
All lined up.
I'm just saying, why don't you play with the homies, bro?
I want to,
Do
but
you?
I just don't want to have
Do you?
2 consoles because I don't like.
Okay, first off, what do you play? What are some games that you're like,
World
this
War
is a
II.
must-have?
Yeah, like I mean,
World War II.
by far my most fun games are Call of Duty, World War II.
He likes
You play-
Battlefield though.
Really?
And I'm pretty good at Battlefield, low key. I've
Low
been
key?
playing like that shit, like that.
Do you like? Okay.
That's some
Let's
real
see how far down the rabbit hole you go. What about Fortnite?
I'm not fucking Fortnite.
At all?
You gotta build that shit. That shit is gay.
You gotta build that.
Thank
shit.
you.
No offense,
man.
man.
Thank you.
Nothing against gay people. I just use that word.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like so Fortnite is a game that just blew up out of nowhere. Nick
and yeah,
knows.
everybody's playing it now.
Me,
to
Nick,
me,
and
to me,
Jeremiah.
everybody, people like I seen Nick tweet the other day, like everybody who's playing Fortnite were making fun of me and my friend. Like that shit is so true.
It is.
Like so many people who are like fuck video games, this and that. They're playing Fortnite now. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
Of all
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
But it's because these like Drake and Travis Scott and all these people, these big people now are playing it. Like
So
It's
what got
free.
you? So what got you into gaming? Like to start gaming for the first time? You remember, or
like back in the day.
like way
Oh,
back
my
in
dad
the
had-
from
my-
childhood?
So like the first time I can think like when we lived in like this apartment that burned down.
Oh my God.
No, actually no. This was the next one. Never mind.
Wait.
That was the first one.
We're gonna have to pause the story. How did the fuck that apartment burn down?
My dad was making fries.
He threw water on
My
grease
dad was
fire.
making fries. It was like the first day that it was like I think I was probably like
Your dad burned down the
3-ish.
apartment?
I was like maybe 3-ish, 2.5, something like that. And it was like the first day my sister had been like got to come back from the hospital like from being born. Like she was
Oh my God.
like so like literally like the first day she got to be back. My dad was like cooking some fries and I was upstairs like in my mom's room like with her and my sister and I like
How
for
was he
whatever reason,
cooking them?
I
Like
just-
in a deep fryer? Or like, do you remember?
Nah, probably not.
I was too young for that,
Yeah.
but I
Oven
just remember like my dad running into the room like fire, like my mom have baby in this hand, me in this hand, dragging down the stairs. I was hitting every step. Like, my mom just trying to get us out of there. I remember my dad trying to get the fire out, and like my dad's hands were just like burning. That's how his hands look all gross. And shit.
Yeah.
But nasty ass. No, I'm just kidding, Dad. But yeah, like he's just like you know he ended up putting most of the fire out like before the firefighters got there and shit. But like yeah, burnt that place down. And, but then it was the next one, and what was you talking about?
Games.
Video games. I remember we got my mom had this like job where she worked at like a Wells Fargo, I think it's called, right? And she was working there, and it was like for a work thing. Like she won like a Sega Dreamcast, and so brought that home. And and it had like this one game. It was like had all like a bunch of games, but it was just like
demos.
Yeah,
discs.
bro. I was playing. What's the one with like the dude who don't got the arms attached? Rayman.
Yeah,
Bro, that was my game. That was my game. I had Sonic on there, bro. Like that was like so that like I was like, this shit's tight.
Yeah.
My dad we got the first PlayStation, and then that
The
was
one
really
without
dope.
the
Like I
joystick?
used to like I would like what?
The one without the joysticks.
Wow, they didn't have
No,
the
they
great
did not.
controllers, huh?
Yeah,
they just had the
they
thing.
just had the button and the
wow,
pad,
I didn't
yeah.
even think about
They
that.
don't have joysticks. That
I would have
every
never
time,
even thought about that, bro.
Bro, every time, like.
Bro, that is wait.
Hold on, I'll pull it up.
I need to see a picture of that. That is crazy. They really don't. Now that I think about it,
all.
they really don't.
They don't have fucking, or they don't have joysticks, and it's like mind-boggling. It's like, what the fuck? Are you pulling
That's
that
how
up?
Super Nintendo's had and stuff.
Bro,
Nintendo,
it's
Super
fucking
Nintendo.
weird.
How did we do that?
PS1 controller, yeah.
Like I remember playing like, oh my god, that's wild.
They later on had one with the joystick.
Yeah, see, like
but that
I
was
love
the
like
last
do
time.
PlayStations now still have the memory stick or whatever? The memory
No.
card thing?
No.
Oh, bro, that shit was sick. That was so tight to me. Like,
Did you like?
was so tight.
What did you like about it? Is it just a nostalgic thing?
yeah, it was just cool. It was just like I don't know, like I may have not have like fucked with it at the time, but like now thinking about it, like it's just cool. Like I don't know, it's just like back like just nostalgic. Like it was just,
Yeah.
I don't know, but like I just remember like my dad like
shit.
I would play, but I wasn't good, of course.
Mhm.
But like I would just watch my dad play like Splinter Cell. Like I mean I played Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Like always, but
is that what got you into skating, or were you skating before that?
I was skating before that.
Okay.
I honestly don't know how I got into skating. I couldn't even tell you. I
'Cause
just
there was
remember
a-
I got a skateboard for Christmas one year. It was like some shitty ass, like it wasn't shitty. It was like not in the Walmart one, but it was like probably like a Fred Meyer.
Yeah. It's not Walmart, but it's Fred Meyer, bro.
You know, like the wheels would still spin.
Yeah.
But like it was trash. But
I only
I
asked
just-
that because a lot of people like play Guitar Hero and then like oh I'm gonna learn how to play
Yeah.
guitar type shit. So
yeah. See, I kill on guitar. I suck at guitar.
you ever thought about playing it?
I honestly been looking on offer up. I'm thinking that's the next thing I'm gonna get
Guitar.
because I'm just.
I mean, like they're
I'm
pretty.
tired. I'm tired of looking for somebody who plays guitar,
Mhm.
like for like beats or like for like shit like that. So I might as well like learn, make my own stems, send it to the producer.
I mean, like I know how much were they at minus
Guitar
the
Center?
amps, obviously. Yeah.
Well, see, I would just start with an
Cheap.
acoustic, just something like just acoustic.
I think
like,
acoustics are like 100, 200. I don't remember.
I would just.
I don't remember, but they weren't expensive. Like they were expensive, but like not really, you know. But anyway, back to games.
But yeah, so it was just that that PlayStation phase, and then whenever the Xbox dropped, I got it.
360 or regular?
Right, the first one. It was because I had kind of stopped playing video games because I got into like skating hell and like that's all. I was mostly outside. I didn't play video games a lot when I was like like I didn't like I mostly started gaming like after middle like high schoolish.
Mhm.
But like I still played video games. Like I still played skate. I still played like like I would play a little bit of Call of Duty. I didn't start playing online though until like high school. But like like I would play like the campaigns and shit like this and that like. Man, I know every motherfucking part of the first Modern Warfare.
Really?
Oh, dude.
So you played Modern Warfare because we game a lot. I've never
Like,
played
I-
the first Modern Warfare. I played the
What?
second one only.
Bro.
I didn't play the first one until it got remastered.
I just played the remaster one, man. Right
so
when
you were just nostalgic.
Oh my god, bro, it was amazing. It was so good, bro. I used to like sit there and like I used to play some of those missions. Because my favorite movie ever, like, I mean, it's probably still to this day is Black Hawk Down.
Mhm.
I used to literally try to play missions to like match almost like certain scenes of that, like, dude, it was just amazing, like, but.
So do you remember this controller, the Xbox, the first controller?
Yes, aren't they coming out with it?
They're coming out
They're
with a new
relaunched?
one.
I seen
Yeah,
that.
a new one.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
First Xbox controller.
what did you play on Xbox really? Like
Halo.
Halo? A lot
Because
of
I
Halo?
I would go to my friend Kyle's house and like they were like his dad would be online, his brother would be online, and then him. Like they were like were like hella into gaming, like, and they were good and shit. Like,
And you got
sucked.
online on that Xbox?
no, they did.
They did.
So I would go play online with them.
Oh, I got you.
And like I would usually probably play like one time a night because I sucked.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so bad.
That-
But I could talk shit. So they'd be handing me the headset, and I'd be on the headset talking mad shit.
And then they were playing.
Hell yeah.
See, like that's weird. Like that Xbox, I was never able. Like, I was never like savvy enough to get online.
Yeah,
but I knew that
that's
it
what.
had
But see,
it.
that's what they did. They were into it. Like we would play all night, dude. Like
Really?
the first all nighters I ever had were over there. Like,
That's
by
crazy.
far, yeah. And then literally in the morning, like his mom cooked us some fire ass breakfast, recipes his mom. Like literally everything.
Jesus Christ. You
And
just
that was like
dropped
my
that-
second mom.
You just dropped that. Rest in peace, Mom.
That was like my second mom growing up.
So then I assume after the Duke controller, Xbox, the first Xbox, you went on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, my dad got it first. See, my dad. Well, actually, I don't think the Xbox was ever really his. I think the Xbox was mine, but then the 360 was his because
Okay.
I still played Xbox.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I wasn't really super into games. I was probably like 360 dropped like what 2005.
Yeah,
Something
I
like
think
that,
so.
like,
I
around
think
that
so.
time or something?
I'll look it up for you, but
I don't know. I was still like pretty young. Like I had to be in elementary school.
Yeah.
But I remember like the only game I would really play on that, like the first 360, was like, what was that car game that it came with?
Forza?
Nah, it was something else. I think.
Need for Speed.
Nah, not Need for Speed. It was
Crazy Taxi?
It was like GTR maybe or something.
Oh, I know what you're
So,
talking
I don't know,
about. I know what you're talking
I
about.
don't know, something like that.
I think
So,
it's
like,
called GTR Racing.
yeah,
I think
something like
that's
that.
it.
That's like the only thing I would ever play in. But and then I can't remember what would be the first game that I really got into, like with the 360.
Zombies.
Yeah, probably Call of Duty.
Call of Duty?
Probably Call of Duty. Like
Because
that
we
was,
started playing zombies.
well, I had already had a 360 though. That
Well,
was
I
in
know,
high
but
school.
whenever you started getting heavy into it.
Oh yeah. When I started getting heavy into it, it was like when I was playing with Nick, like Zombie, like it was Call of Duty's always been my game. Like
Yeah.
that's the only thing I really like.
Would
I
you-
always just fucked with it. It
Would
was
you
the easiest
ever
for me.
branch outside of Call of Duty to like play a different game?
I played Battlefield.
Other than a first person shooter, like something like
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well,
What,
I'm playing Mortal Kombat 2 right now. I
Okay.
just downloaded that.
Okay.
I don't really like it honestly.
he said I don't really like
That shit's hard.
He has
Yeah.
Middle Earth Shadow of War.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Too
You
hard for
fuck
me
with-
to
Oh my
That
god.
shit's hard. How do you guys play
So-
that shit?
So okay. So I want to
I got my
introduce
girlfriend
you.
Sims.
I want to introduce you to some games. Not right now, but afterwards. I'm 100% introducing you to some games. 'Cause I think
Introduce me to one right now.
right now, fuck,
Persona.
I've already like
not Persona. Have you tried to get him to get into?
yeah.
anything?
When
What
it comes
did you
to
try?
Nick would know the games that I like.
What did you
Well,
try
like
to get him into?
I've done like he's looked at all of them. I tried, I told him Halo 5, Borderlands. I told him Middle Earth.
I think we got to get him into like a shooter RPG to start off.
that's why I
and
said
then-
Borderlands.
Yeah,
Far
Because the
Cry.
guy at GameStop was talking to him about Borderlands,
Uh-huh.
just everything, and I was just like trying to tell him he's not gonna understand this, but he just kept telling Jit, getting like into Borderlands.
Him
with
and
Jay.
Nick were like clicking. I was like,
Yeah.
His name was
So
Nick too.
have you ever
His name is Nick, too.
played, for example, a game like Borderlands?
I don't even remember what it was.
You're a savage. Okay, so
I wasn't listening to the dude, honestly.
You weren't?
Nah, I
All
was,
right,
I was
so-
probably drunk.
Well, oh my god, I want to get you into a game like Borderlands, like a game where it's just like
Still shooting.
it's still shooting, but it's
not
like
hard.
What
you
is
get the
it?
RPG aspect.
If it's like that, I gotta build shit. I'm not fucking.
No.
Okay, no,
That-
no,
the
you
only
don't
thing about building shit is Fortnite.
Yeah, that's like
That's like
the-
Minecraft though.
Oh well, yeah,
Well,
Minecraft
those
and
are-
Fortnite.
That's a sim-
Those are legit the only two games ever that you build shit. Is Minecraft.
It's
and
just
Fortnite.
like when I be like I played Fortnite like probably 10 times.
yeah,
Too hard.
just couldn't get into it, or it's too hard.
too hard.
So you want an easy game?
No, not even easy because like I'll be getting good on that Call of Duty, bro. I'm telling you right now.
I'm trying to
Motherfucker,
think.
good.
Like I would imagine that you would like Borderlands is straight down your alley. It's funny.
I like funny shit.
Yeah, it's funny. There's weapons.
And I
galore.
also so I
It's
might
first
like some
person.
of these games too if I was playing with y'all though.
Yeah,
like,
see,
you
that's
gotta
why you
understand, I'm only
need a
playing with
PS4.
me.
That's why you need a PS4.
like Borderlands is 4-player co-op.
yeah, me, you,
online.
and Nick could play it.
Sick.
That would be hella fun.
It is, and
I'm
you don't
saying.
even have to like. It's not hard. It's not super hard.
But I also but you showed me all like fuck this controller, bro.
You like the
Oh my
controller?
God.
Oh, this is some skinny little lip.
No, okay, put it in your hands. Put it in your hands.
Hell no, bro. I
No,
got
no.
baby hands too. This shit.
Look at that shit.
My
Oh
dick's
my
bigger
god.
than this.
Oh my god.
Bro, what is this?
Look, bro, that controller is life for you.
It's
you
so-
would fuck with that shit. I'm telling
Look,
you.
you can recharge it.
You play a
You don't have to
game.
buy
I can
batteries.
recharge my Xbox.
You had to buy it though.
Yeah, you had to buy
Yeah,
that
buy
I
shit.
bought the Xbox with it, and it came with it.
Well, because the guy gave it to me.
Look, just
He
put it
felt
in your
bad for
hands.
you.
What we're gonna do after this podcast is we're gonna put it in your hands, put on Call of Duty, and see how you do.
Oh,
Because
you have
I
it?
guarantee you, yeah, I have a shit.
Oh well, yeah, let's.
Yeah,
I'll
everything
do
else.
it.
And I guarantee you, you fall in love with that controller.
But but I'm telling you, look, I've played it.
When?
It's
Not trying to expose you,
No.
but when?
at your house,
When?
bro. Remember when I was doing that one stupid draft day? Remember I was dissing somebody. I can't
You were
remember.
dissing somebody?
In that song, remember? And then
I
Miss
have
Kane,
it.
remember we brought Miss Kane to the studio? Oh, fuck, bro, we brought one of our teachers to the studio. She came and rapped the song.
This shit was funny.
Bro, guts. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was that PS4?
Yeah, it was
had to have been
PS4.
because
It was
he
PS4,
there.
and I was playing, and I was just like, it was cool. It was one of the new Call of Duty. It was probably Black Ops 3 or something.
I think
like that.
here's the thing.
It just it spins too fast for me.
What
It's
spins?
too fast. This shit's too fast. Even when I turn my
Turn
sensitivity
my-
down,
oh,
it's
okay.
like these things are so goddamn sensitive.
It's because
No,
they're
like-
responsive. Okay.
That's and see, and me, I'm drunk while I'm playing. I'm not listening to the game sober, bro. If I may not be drinking, but I'm smoking, and that's even though like I'm smoking, I'm still high. Like oh shit.
yeah,
He's gonna sense-
Because I'm sure some of those dudes aren't smoking.
yeah.
You playing zombies, everybody smoking. But you playing online, everybody's like. No, you'll be popping addies and shit. Like, been up for 12 hours. Fucking just.
No, you'll be surprised how many people you meet online and they're like, "Hey, bro, hold on, I gotta take a bong hit." I'm like, "Alright, do you?" I got like a bunch of random friends from all
Yeah, he
over
just
the world.
adds niggas. I
that,
swear.
and they invite me to parties and like, "Hey, dude," and then like,
They'll join. It'll be me, Jeremiah, like
And
two
Nick's
of our
just
friends,
playing
and
music
Nick
in the
will.
back. Nick's always that dude playing music.
Always
Bro,
that
every
dude.
time. Okay, so I only play Xbox to them a few times since I got my new Xbox and shit. But every time, just like, and I'm like, all right, I like this song, Nick, but like, let's play, bro.
Always, bro. Always.
Catch it
fucking
lost.
So they're like, let me sync the playlist so I can play it in my room, so I don't gotta only hear it through there.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm like, fuck.
This nigga, I swear to God, Nick is that nigga too. All right, let's talk music, a little music. Jeremiah, I'm sorry,
What?
you won't know a lot of the shit, but
Oh,
we're
that's
gonna
fine.
get
Wait,
to the
hold up.
shit.
Who do you listen to?
Me? I don't really listen to anyone in particular, to be honest. I guess Jane Smith,
His album was so
Frank
fucking good.
Ocean.
His album was so fucking good.
It really was.
Frank Ocean, he's really
Did
good.
you hear he's doing an
I guess, yeah,
acapella
those are
version of
two.
that album?
Who?
Jaden.
The whole album?
The whole album he's doing acapella.
I mean, that's a cool idea, but why?
I don't know. Maybe to pump up his new album he has dropping this year also, which is fucking crazy. But oh my god. But yeah, so music. How is music going for you? You have little spurts where you just don't like doing music.
I was in a rut for a minute, like after I moved to LA, like I was in a bad spot.
Was it because of LA? Would you say, or because of other
because of
things?
my activities in LA?
Okay, I got you.
I don't want to speak on those, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was really sad. Like I was just like, but it's just because of what I was doing, and like it just kind of like I started losing my love for everything, and like that's like I remember one day I was like literally like it was when I had moved back
Mm-hmm.
because like I had already like I fucking ran out of money, you know, like fucking didn't want to get a job. Literally was just trying to do any. There was at one point where I was trying to do a job, and motherfucker, I was literally doing surveys. Getting like 50 cents a survey. But then, hey, well, hold up. The
I
only
can
thing.
see you doing that. I can see you being like, motherfucker, sign up for this shit. I don't care.
Hey,
Just
but
do it.
guess how I finessed that shit though. So I started realizing a lot of these. So there's like probably there's thousands of these sites. So many sites have a $5 sign up fee right away.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be like, shit, motherfucker, I'm gonna sign up, just not do it. Sign up, cash the shit, get the shit like sent. To, like sent to like I'd always just hook it up through my PayPal just in case like they try to take it out. I don't know, fucked up my bank just in case. Always sent that shit to my PayPal. Bro, I'd get like $5. Like I mean, make
So like, what are
30
these
bucks in
surveys?
an hour.
Like you
$30
doing
Stupid as
surveys?
fuck. Just like, what kind of video games do you play? What kind of like do you like this kind? Like just like that. I mean, dude, there'd be surveys I'm on there for an hour though, and I'm making it like $1.
Why?
So it was stupid. So I only did that for like 2 days. Like I went through so many random ass bullshit ass fucking job. Like trying to do that.
That's a job?
That's a
He didn't
job.
want to get a real job.
No, but like
I wanna
even
just
then,
work.
it's just a weird thing to pay someone for.
It's-
Here, do this survey. I'll pay you.
But it's like they're trying to get like
Information.
yeah, they're just trying to get like like for that area. Like I did a lot of surveys on like gaming headphones and like controllers. Like dude, I did so many because like I was like.
so you
I had no job, so I was playing video games in a way. So like, but like, I don't know. It was just, that's what I was doing. But
He didn't want to deliver
But
pizzas.
but yeah, like with me, I did Postmates. Once I got to
You
Postmates,
did Postmates?
towards the end, I finally got Postmates, and I was like, oh cool, I had money, but like can't live off Postmates in LA, dude. Like
What
my rent
happened?
was like $800 a month.
Yeah, I heard rent's
Dude, it
ridiculous.
was like all three. Like I had 2 other roommates, and we all paid $800 a month. Like I mean,
Jeez.
really nice house.
How'd you
really
hit
cool,
that every time?
Surveys.
Survey.
Like there has to
I
have been
had money
times when
saved
you're
up
just like, oh, you
before.
didn't.
That was how I mostly like did it because like when I first moved there, I got a job within a few days doing because there was this, like they were like going through some voting shit at the time, like not like presidency, but like for that area, and we were picking like not like a mayor, but like city council type shit, and so I did that thing, and she was hella for like boosting minimum wage. So I literally went door to door just asking who they were voting for. That's it. If they didn't want to talk to me, I just left. This and that. Like if they want to talk to me, I could talk to them. I make $16 an hour.
Jesus.
Walking and doing that shit, bro. And so I'd just be like, fuck it. Half the time I could just finesse it was like an app. I could just finesse the address.
Yeah.
Stand out front of the house, didn't answer. Go to, just do some shit like that. Sometimes I'd be like, did answer. Even if they didn't, I'd still be answering. So like, just to make it not look like didn't answer. Like, and then, like.
That's a weird, like, those are some. I feel like LA has those jobs that are just like fucking weird. Like you never hear about that job here.
No.
It's not like I went door to door and fucking.
Yeah, no, it's.
Shit, I'll do that. Door to
That's
door.
what
For
bro,
16 an hour,
for
I'd
16
do
an hour,
that
I was
shit.
Like, hell yeah. And then once that shit was over, it was like, what am I gonna do?
Did you have any crazy Postmates fucking thing? Like anything like crazy happened during Postmates or no? Like you ever see some two dudes fucking and it was just like, oh yeah.
No, I seen one time I went and delivered wine
Yeah.
to these people. It was so fucking deep. It was like almost to Malibu. And like I go and deliver it, and like this dude's in the robe, and like the wife's like in a robe, and you could tell they were just like kicking it that way. But like that was kind of weird. Like the way she like answered the door, and like they were like kind of talking, like she had it just wide open. She was just like talking to me about it, and I was like, oh shit, they about to invite me out. I'm about to dip. This shit, like. But no, I mean, I bought Plan B for somebody one time.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
Jimmy's and shit like that's, but I bought condoms for so many times.
Really?
Yeah, all the time. Because you can get like 7-Eleven there. Like,
Yeah,
they have like 7-Eleven shit there. Like, Postmates in LA, like, because there's so much shit is so dope. Like,
Yeah, we were down there for like a PlayStation event in LA. Or well, it was in Anaheim.
okay.
But they
Yeah,
had
they're
they had
still-
fucking Roscoe's,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh my
I was like,
god,
oh
bro.
my
it's
fucking
flame.
god.
Like, there's just Postmates, and there's so much all night. Like I'm saying, like when the other night when we were over at Nick's, like
Yeah,
remember
it was
I
2
got-
in the morning. You're like, hey, you want some McNuggets? I was like, I don't think anyone's coming to get
Hey,
this.
they did. Pulled up at 3.
I was like,
Pulled up at 3.
I was like, was this-
Ate those McNuggets, knocked out. I woke up, Nick. I was like, "Hey, bro, your nuggets are here."
bro, that night was fucking weird. So let me explain how this night worked. It was cold as fuck. 1,
Yeah,
2,
it was freezing.
2.
Wasn't this like a couple weeks ago or something?
Yeah, it was a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was cold
We had
as
sleepover.
fuck.
Yeah.
It was cold as fuck. And Jay, well, this is before, but Jay was like, hey, bring over the studio stuff, we're going to record. All right, so I bring it over. And then we ended up, instead of recording any music, we ended up just sitting watching Workaholics for like 8 hours.
Me and Nick are getting drunk. We went and got root beer float backs, like to chase our shit. Like,
Yeah, it was fucking insane. I was like, oh my god, we're not
drinking
doing
all
anything.
night.
Abusing prescriptions.
Yeah, Nick's like fucking taking pills, and passing out. Dude, no, so that next morning, fucking Nick is like takes 2. He's just like, dude, my legs hurt. Like takes 2. I'm just like, whatever, watching him. I was like, whatever, man. Would your mom say cool? He's like, yeah, she's not here. And I was like, cool, bro, take him. So he's like, pops him. And dude, that fool is like zombie for like a little bit. Like, just there was one point where I sat on the couch and he had his fist up like this. I was like, hey, bro, you gonna punch someone? And he's like, no. And I was like, what is that shit, man? Oh my god.
God.
Poor dude's leg got him fucked up.
So let's talk about the leg. Nick broke his ACL, correct? Not ACL.
No,
fucking
Achilles.
Achilles, that's right. I always get those 2 fucked up. He tore his Achilles.
Bro, is there a way we can pull the video up?
In LA? I mean, yeah, we can pull it up. Where is it?
I have it on my phone.
On your
Send
phone? Yeah, send it to Jeremiah and he'll pull it up. So anyway, he was in LA and he tore his Achilles. running into the beach. Nick, I'll let you fucking tell the story because one, you'll be able to tell it better because you're actually there. So tell the story.
So it's our last night there, and we were pretty much just like we weren't even ready. Like we were so not ready to leave. We were not prepared. You know, we were supposed to just clean the house, kind of have our stuff packed, and then kind of be ready to go. Mm-hmm. We were not ready. The house was trashed. You know, our stuff wasn't packed.
Smelled like fucking weed around the house. I'm not supposed to smoke it.
They were still smoking in the house.
Till the minute we left, we were smoking hoods in the house.
We weren't hurrying up at all. We still had to return our car that we rented and then go get dropped off at the airport.
Did you get it?
And then
did you get it?
And then we hadn't gone to the ocean. We're sitting there, you know. And then right now our flight was supposed to be leaving at like 5:30. In our heads, like this is what our flight was supposed to be. And luckily it got pushed back, or we had the wrong time. We were leaving at 7:30
we were 2 hours behind, so thank God.
Oh,
that's the only mistake.
We missed.
You guys were 2 hours behind.
Well, like
what you thought.
Like, yeah.
That's fucking insane.
So we weren't gonna make that flight
at all.
But we were like going there. We're like, dude, this is gonna be so sketchy. And then like, I think I like checked the email or like whatever, and like, I look on it and I'm like, guys. We have like 2 hours.
Our flight doesn't leave till 7:30.
LA,
first thing
LA
me and
always
Nick
has delays.
Dude,
always
first thing me and Nick do, we're like, bar.
Oh my god.
Already fucked up. Already fucked up. Like,
but so Jay was just like, we haven't gone in the ocean yet. He's like, let's jump in. I was like, fuck it. I mean, it's a nice day. It's hot out. It was like 70, 75. We're hot to us because we're used to all this cold weather. Mm-hmm. So I was like, fuck it. So we go change. And nobody else, TH and Tyler, they're not jumping in. So we're walking to the beach, and then so Jay's like hands his phone. He's like, hey, can you record this? And he plays a song too to run. And so he's recording us, and so we're like, yo, let's do like Baywatch. So we start running. We start running in the ocean, and
looking good as hell.
Looking good as fuck.
Looking so fucking good, dude.
If you put it in slow mo, like it's really like
it'd be hilarious.
Arch, we had been hired for our tryouts.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If we pause it at a certain.
Yeah. And so we're running in, and we're side by side, stride for stride, in sync.
In fucking sync.
Like, in pure sync. Like, stride for stride, perfect.
Just like, we know each other's bodies.
Yes. Everything.
Oh my
god. And so, like, you know how the waves come onto the shore, roll in? Mm-hmm. And so, literally, you could say we're ankle deep. Like, that's it, right now, in the water. And then, so the waves come in. Jay decides to jump over it. Just to look cool.
Just jump over the wave, yeah.
Just to look cool.
That's what you do, though, right? Don't you jump the waves?
Yeah.
And I run through it, I'm running in. I'm still trying to dive in.
Full back running.
No, I run through it because I'm only ankle deep. I still want to get farther in and then dive in. I'm not going to dive in ankle deep. Mm-hmm. And then, and so as, where that wave exactly was, where Jay jumped over on the video and where I don't jump over is like a pothole. Just a hole. It just dropped off. Literally just like, it was like 4 or 5 feet deep.
13 seconds.
And literally, I guess I ran and I just dropped, my left leg went in it and just dropped in and just snapped my leg up and I was underwater. Jesus. And I could feel it and I popped back up above the water and I tried to get up. And I tried to stand on my leg, and I fell right back down. And like I had to crawl out the water.
So how did you know at that instant that it was torn, or were you just like?
I thought at first when I was in the water, I thought it was like broken, and like I was scared to look at it. And when I got out, it was just fine. So I thought I just sprained it super bad. And after a while, I couldn't walk on it. So they kind of helped me back to the house.
What if I texted you?
And
that would work.
And I just thought it was a super bad sprain, like a high sprain, just something like that.
And Jay, what were you thinking when he?
I thought this fool was trying to get out of work the next day. I thought he was faking. Nick. Nick's always lying. Nick is always lying. There's no way that shit was real to me. Like at that moment, I was like, fake. He's lying. I was like, he's being so. I thought maybe he did hurt it. Like it hurt, but I was like, stop being a baby. Like. Don't do that shit. Like, if you watch, like, I got videos on here of me, like, Dan, like, we were just kind of, like, recording some shit for the video, mm-hmm. and, like, Nick's in the back, just, like, on TH, like, TH is helping him walk, Tyler's, like, recording me, and I'm just, like, dance, I got the backpack on speaker, just playing music, just, like...
Yeah, he's just going, TH is like, dude, are you okay? This is the first time I beat this guy on the trip because he stayed. He came over and stayed with us for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And he's hella nice. He's like helping me.
I'm thinking he's faking though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know Nick. Like,
Yeah.
and we we had to literally leave LA a day early because like we had to go back to work and shit. Like, and
or else we would have stayed there. I would have stayed with the torn AC or Achilles.
Send it to Jalen because my shit is ass.
Yeah, just send it to me on text. But so you thought he was faking, and
I just thought it was
were you walking at all?
Yeah, I walked and then once I showered to get the we showered to get the sand off and stuff and changed back in our clothes. We got ready to leave, and then Tyler drove us because me and Jay were drinking, but I was just in the back seat. And then when we were turning, I was just limping, just Kobe, when he walked off the court with his Achilles. I was walking. And then finally they were both like, are you really hurt? And I was like, it hurts. And they're like, then they got me a wheelchair in the airport. And then they pushed me through.
Yeah, I was like, all right, if he would have been like, he'd have just kind of like stopped the joke.
Yeah, stop the joke. You would have stopped lying.
And they were pushing me in the wheelchair, but I was walking on it a lot. I was limping though, bad.
Jay, send it to the Erebus Twitter.
We'll just put it in post.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh god, you guys will laugh.
But yeah.
Not that it's funny for him,
but so when you were walking,
have you even seen the video?
I've seen it. Yeah.
I've
not seen it.
Bro, I'll at least show you.
But
just so you can see what
so
we're talking
while
about.
you were walking on it like that whole time,
is that Nick?
Yeah. Pops out of the water. So watch you see me run it, and then just watch you see him limping on it. Like, oh wait, that was when he house it. My bad. But yeah, dude, it was.
So when you were walking on it that whole time, and then they tell you, "Oh yeah, that shit's torn," were you just like what were you feeling like at that time? Were
When
you
they
just
told me?
Yeah, when they told you.
Just.
Well, how did they tell you at first?
Oh well, first I told my mom. I texted my mom. I was like, hey, after we landed, I was like, I was like, can you schedule me a doctor's appointment? Like, I messed my ankle up. And she's like, yeah, and she's like, just tell me what happened when you get home. And then I told my dad what happened, but I thought it was a sprain, so I went to go see my doctor, and he was looking at it, and he was, doing his things, and he's like, she's like, I think it's torn. And I was like, he's like, I could be wrong. He's like, but let's get him an MRI, and let's check. But he's like, I'm pretty sure it's torn. He's like, it could be, partial tear, or it could be a complete tear. He's like, if it's complete, then he needs surgery. If it's partial, then, he doesn't need surgery. And he just needs therapy, and to stay off of the therapy.
At that point, did he tell you? Were you like, okay, it's a tear because
Yeah,
you've been walking on it?
Yeah, and I was like, I've been walking on it. I flew. You're not supposed to fly.
Yeah.
And, you're not supposed to fly when you tear something or break something. It starts because when I tore it, all that blood is there, and it starts. That's why my leg was swelling up on the airplane.
Well, have you ever had the pressure? Have you ever had a Coke? And you fucking seal it and then
and on the plane or a bag of chips and then she's like
oh yeah that's what happens inside your body too, but to your tissues and shit. So
he was a trooper.
Yeah, he's a fucking trooper. I don't know how the fuck he did all that.
And we had a layover, so we got off. We flew on our first plane. We had a layover, and I was limping to the bar. I was walking to the bar.
Layover. First thing we did, bar.
Oh my god!
And then the second plane, the guy hooked us up with 4 or 5 shots,
dude,
for me and Jay.
Oh my god!
And he says the limit's 2 each.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, so we had to pay for the 2, and then he brought us two. Didn't have to pay for those, and then he brought us one more. Because I was like, he walked by, I was like, hey, can we get one more? He's like, yeah. Brought us each back, just one, but
this is it.
Got off the plane hammered.
Oh my god!
I mean, at least
I needed it.
I was hammered. Dude. I was in the car, I think my girlfriend picked me up, my mom picked me up. I was in the car, just fucked up, window down, just going. It's almost midnight. Didn't go to bed till almost 2 that night. Just
I stayed up hella late that night too. But what were we saying?
I mean, just about your leg, when you found out that it was torn, was it just okay?
Yeah.
It's fucking
well, because the doctor said, my doctor said he wasn't sure, and I was just hoping. I was hoping it's a partial tear, and so I went and got my MRI done, and then I went, and a couple days later they called my dad, or my mom called my dad because my mom works for my doctor, and they called and they were like, yeah, it's we got your results back, and it's a complete tear.
Jesus.
And just my heart just sank because I knew right then and there, I was done. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like,
I'm retiring.
I can't work. I can't do nothing. I can't go anywhere. And then
Dude,
so I was
still
stuck.
going to the club with your leg, man.
And then and then I went and saw the foot doctor, and then I had to go see a new doctor, and then he was just messing with it. And after that, and then he showed me, he's like, feel this, and you feel the back of your ankle, your Achilles, and it's like, that strong bone stands out. And you can flex your calf, and like I felt this one, and it was just gone. I had no ankle.
Have you tried flexing your calf now that it's fixed?
Yeah, I can do it a little bit.
Really?
But it hurts, and to do it, but I can do it a little bit, but.
Does that make you nervous for
what if you're what if your kids have fucked up Achilles?
That's not in jeans. That's not in the jeans.
All right, you weren't wearing jeans when you did it.
All right, back to music. Do you have any stories that you want to tell about music or anything like that? Like anything that you're like, this happened on tour, or this happened when we were fucking.
I'm not talking about tour.
Hey,
You don't want to talk about tour?
tour?
Yeah, he toured.
Where'd you tour?
Bro, the first tour I ever did, I think we hit 23 cities. I've been literally so many places.
Well, put that in perspective for him, because I don't think he understands how much 23 cities
Can we pull up can we just pull up all the states real quick? And I'll tell you which cities I've been to.
Like a fucking map?
Yeah, like a map. Because I've been to a lot of,
Yeah, just to put it in perspective, because when people think of touring, they don't think it's not that
I've been
hard.
across the United States.
So do you remember the dates, day by day?
Day by day.
A little
it
sketch?
would have been April. It would have been around April time.
Well, I mean, you were in this city on day one, and then on the next day you had to go here. Just give us a road map. You know?
Where I was.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do so for my first one, my first ever tour, I started in Portland.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, you're dope, blah blah blah, this and that. Let's go, come on the tour with us. So I was like, for sure. So we went down to Santa Barbara, maybe? I think it was Santa Barbara was the first show, or San Jose. I think it was maybe San Jose. San Jose to Arizona to where did we go in Mexico or in Texas? Not Mexico.
These are days after each other, right?
Literally. Oh, I played in Dallas. I played in Houston at the fucking. Where did Drake play? He says in the song.
I don't know. I don't listen to a lot of Drake.
Nick does.
Where did you
help me out, bro. I
Biggest
can't remember,
Drake
but whatever. We played at that venue. There's just too many venues. Let's go. I played in Ohio in 2 places. I played in Columbus, and I played in Indiana, in Indianapolis. Or no, it was Fort Wayne. No, I flew into Fort Wayne.
So besides Portland,
what
would you say? Yeah.
North Carolina, I played in not Charlotte, but it's Raleigh. I played in Raleigh. I got flown out to Atlanta. I got to play at the Key Arena, where the Falcons play. Justin Bieber was there the week before, for Beer Talkers. Yeah, they flew me out. That shit. That was the.
How many shows were sold out
on that first tour with the big one?
Yeah,
none. That was none. Yeah, none. It wasn't until my very last tour that I played any really some sold out shows.
And what was the dopest besides Portland? Because
not that the shows were whack though. They just weren't so because
they
played some pretty big venues that were if they would have just played a smaller venue, that should have been sold out.
Yeah, but they just played, size of the venue.
Yeah, they just played too big of venues. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, that was. I don't know. I learned so much. I learned so much about the industry. About you can have the dopest music, but if you have no image to back that, I didn't, then
so do you think image means almost more than?
Well, what I was told by. By Derek Liu, I know some people might not know about that dude, dope as fuck, super humble, awesome fucking guy. Literally, pulled me aside, we were we were just, we chop it up after every show, and he fucking was talking to me, and he's bro, this music shit, I'm gonna tell you right now, this shit is 20% music, 80% image, and it was at that moment where I was damn, this shit is whack.
I don't want to do this shit.
Is that when you started to kind of dip out?
Not even dip out. I only dipped out because I started getting really kind of sad.
Yeah.
In a sense, and at the same time, I've never really like I always made music off shit that was really going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I don't have like a reason to make a song,
Mm-hmm.
like, and I don't have something like, it's not gonna be organic. It's not gonna be like a real like, it's not gonna be a good song for me. It's just gonna be like, whatever.
But
Like,
would you say? I'm sorry to cut you off. But would you say like when you were sad, that was the most organic feeling that you had, or would it be like?
No, not at all.
Or was it?
That was
just
that
because,
was so like, what I mean, I've been sad through shit like, you know, like for stupid ass relationship shit or you know just shit like that. And that like I made some really great songs off shit like that. You know this and that. But like when I was like actually like really sad, like when I was like in my worst part, I didn't make no music. I didn't want to make music. I couldn't make music. I didn't feel like making music. I felt like I couldn't make music. Like it was, I don't know.
Do you regret anything that's happened because of music?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to speak on anything or no? You don't have to. Again.
I just say
I'm thinking like the image that people look at you. Because people look at you differently. Because they know.
Not being so open with being like, because me, I get like, I'm super social. Like,
yeah.
I'm so like, I've known you guys for so long, so I can be how I am. But when I get into a certain spot where I don't really know people, I'm different.
Yeah.
I'm quiet. I'm this and that, and so like, when I started doing music, when I was on stage, I'm not like that. I can be Dre Allen. I can be, like like this presence and this. But then when I get off stage, it's like, it's not that I don't want to talk to anybody or interact, but it's just like, it's hard for me. It's hard for me to be like, I can be on stage and do that shit because there's so many people.
Yeah.
That it's not like I'm not thinking about
It's
just
not
one single person
one
judging
person,
me or something. But then when I get off, it's like, oh fuck, I gotta talk to this person or this and that, or it's like,
it's anxiety.
And yeah, it's just which I've dealt with since like I never had it till like literally after high school, like till like maybe like 3 years ago. I'd say I didn't have anxiety like. Like I was always, I could get in front of class and do presentations and shit in high school. Like,
do you think that's because you had a personal connection with a lot of those people? Like, you didn't necessarily know Michael from like 2 rows down, but you knew Michael was going through some similar shit than you were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We both had to sit in this biology class and listen to this bitch at. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Like I was just like I was used to them.
Yeah.
Like I was used to it, and then like once I got into the real world, I was like, whoa, I don't see this person every day. This is weird. Like, yeah, no, that could kind of be it. I never thought about that, but it's
wise words.
Well, I'm just like I like to pick your brain about things like that because there are people who want to be musicians or people who are already on that path and that could learn a lot from you. You know what I mean? Even though you're still going, they can learn from what you've done. You know what I mean?
I still personally think like though people are farther than me with the music shit or this and that, like nobody in the city has done what I've done.
Yeah,
like they haven't gone to the cities
agree. I would agree.
Like they haven't done that, and I never put that against. Like I'm never like you ain't done this shit that I have. Like I've never
you don't
been like that.
It, yeah.
But I just know that like in music, I know you gotta be like super cocky and shit. But like me, I'm not really cocky with my music or nothing. But like when it comes to performing though, I'll tell you that I'll perform you. Like I'll just that's just what I do.
Because you've done it,
and and I've had so much practice. Like
you've outperformed people.
I've been with people before their shows. Like I've DJ'd for people and their shows, and like they just like if you're just like if that's just how like not rehearsing or anything is how you do it and still kill it, that's dope. But I still personally think that practice makes perfect. So if you're not rehearsing before your shows or whatever, like you're not gonna do like you're not gonna like. It's not that you have to go out there and make it like a raw thing. You can rehearse something and make every show raw and different. But like if you're not like if you don't have like I don't know, you gotta look at it as like when we're in football, we practice all week for what? The game. You write these songs however many songs, you go record them, you go do that. Why make just the song the game? Why would you like why what that's the fucking Thursday practice before the Friday night game. That's the performance is the Friday night game. Go kill that before. Like, I just feel like people nowadays are like so like they're just like I'm just gonna focus on making the music. Like, no, like you have to make the music and still fucking kill it on stage, or people are not gonna even fucking care about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've heard some of the dopest artists on stage, and I'm like, wow, that dude was dope, but he sucked. Don't give a fuck about him.
Yeah.
Like, I won't listen to him.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not good in real life, I'm not gonna. You fake to me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're not really portraying what you are.
Mhm.
Like, as a real artist.
Do you feel any type of way on like how people look at you? Like, for example, people in the city in Vancouver, Washington, look at you a certain way because of what you've done or what you've accomplished or what you haven't. Some people look at you as like, oh, that's my ticket in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And some people look at you like, you know, he's an asshole or like whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like they haven't really met you. You know?
It's because I just
Like,
never
like
showed
if-
that love right back, and it's not that I didn't show no love, but like, I barely show love to like the people I'm like. I'm not the type of dude that's gonna like. It's not that I don't want to text you and like ask how you are, but that's just not how I really like. I'd rather just be like, when I see you, I'll ask how you are. Like, we'll talk. Like, we'll do this and that. Like, if it happens, it happens. Like, but like, I've just never like, I don't know. I'm not like reaching out, and it's not that I don't want to. It's just like, I don't do that to anybody.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
do
how I
it to
am
like.
too. I don't really.
And it's not that I don't want. Like, I do care. I swear to God, I care about you.
Mhm.
But when I see you, I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't know. I feel differently. I feel like you've always shown that love, at least to me.
well,
You know what I
and see,
mean?
there is certain people that like. It will, but and seeing that's like because we've just always been close. Like, we've
Yeah.
just always had like a good connection. Like,
Which is
I,
funny.
like, I know
because
you're good people.
We've always been apart, but like every
Yeah,
time
but
we
like
link
it's just
up,
like
yeah.
when we link, it's just like whatever. That's how you like. It's just like good people. Like we just link. Like we
Yeah.
just feel good. Like I hadn't like when I hadn't texted Nick in like a few days. You know, whatever. You know, I hit him right up. You know, like we're just like, what's up? Like it's so. I don't know. It's just like nothing. Like
Do you feel like
There's certain
people
people
think
like that, like-
think a certain way about that though?
yeah, people. I've heard people say that I'm Hollywood, which
That doesn't make sense to me.
I personally think that I'm the least like maybe be, like it's but it's mostly people I went to high school with, like people that like that I don't still kick it with or like this and that, but it's just like people don't want to do what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so like it's not that I'm not gonna kick it with you. I have to do my own. I can't keep
Yeah.
doing the same shit. Like
Yeah.
But there's
You know
a lot
what
of
I
people
mean?
here trying to be Hollywood, though, is the thing. Like, you see them, they're kind of, you know, they're on, you know, Twitter, Instagram, trying to do their thing here,
Mm-hmm.
and but they want to, you know,
Which is
they want to hate on, you know, hate on, like, Jay or something,
Mhm.
or the people that he hangs out with and stuff.
Well, it's funny because me and Jeremiah, right? We have a YouTube channel. No one, swear to God, no one had a YouTube channel until like we started posting like you said, we have over 400 videos.
yeah, I was telling I was like because I was trying to find like some like I knew he was in like an early one. I knew like you guys just had like some early ones that I had like
Yeah.
seen from like you know a long time ago that I just like was just trying to go back and I was going back through the videos and I'm like holy shit y'all got so many videos.
Yeah.
I was like y'all are really doing this shit like it was tight and like, I was thinking some of you like y'all had like 13,000 on one like fucking 6K on this other one. I was just like damn. I was
Yeah.
like, my video that I put 2 years into got like at 400.
Well, it's like it's one of those things where it's like when you put in that work, you get that love back.
Yeah, yeah,
Even though
yeah.
if it's even though like
100%.
some of them are live streams, so yeah, they do have a lot of videos, and some of them we promoted, so yeah, they do have a lot of videos, but like our views, my bad.
Yeah.
But like I said, like you get that love back when you put it into your craft, also.
Yep. And that's
So,
once
like-
I noticed like my decline. It was when, it was like a few months after I like it was like the last like 4 months I lived in LA pretty much. Like
Mhm.
it was when I just started. I just kind of like I didn't stop making music. I still made music pretty much the whole time, but I didn't make good music.
Yeah.
I made just very.
Do you feel like you saw the change in your music and wanted
Oh,
to like
yeah.
sit back and change it?
Oh yeah.
Mike, can you do me a favor and get the Jay's bags from in the kitchen? Thank you.
And
Do you feel like you saw like a change at all?
Yeah, it was just like it just wasn't me. It wasn't like real. Like it was like. It was I don't know. It's not that it was fake because like whenever I make music, it's always like still like somehow been me. But, like-
yeah, just set them like right there.
I don't know. It just wasn't. It wasn't real.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't authentic.
Do you feel like you were chasing something back then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just. I thought moving to LA would just. I
Would fix
you live in
everything?
LA, you know.
Well, I mean, it did give you. It did. We can say it did give you something. You know what I mean? You got to be around.
I
a
got
certain
relationships
atmosphere.
and I got like I got a bunch of I didn't gain anything, like, I mean, I guess, like, you know, any, like, clout type shit or, like, whatever you want to call it, fucking word.
Do you think you did get clout in LA before you...
Fuck, no.
No? Alright.
No way. No way. I lost everything, bro. I lost everything,
I
bro.
lost it all.
I didn't realize how big LA was.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that shit. I didn't realize that there's, like, 50,000 other people doing the same exact thing better than me in LA. You know, so I'm like, whoa. Like, I was like, if I'm not even big here, how am I going to be big in LA? Like, once I saw that, I was like, okay. Try to make the best of it. Didn't make the best of it. Made worse. But I gained so many dope ass friendships though. Like I have so many people that like I literally call like family almost. Like like they're like I met some like from Forrest to Louis to TH like just all of them like I don't know. I just met some like really dope ass people down there like that just like that helped me as a person. Like still to this day, shout out Forrest. Like the only person who ever called me on my shit to where I like. That's when I sat back and I was like, all right, I'm moving home. This and that. Like,
why?
He called me on my shit.
But what did he call you on? Or do you want to say
that I was partying too much.
Oh, okay.
And not making good music.
Yeah.
And nobody was telling me that. I just thought that it was like, I could.
You
do
think it's because there was like, I guess I could see that he's the only real one that was able to.
And though maybe other people didn't like, not see it, but they didn't tell me that I was. They didn't tell me. Like me, I'll always be like if I'm being a fucking like you know like obnoxious or something like we're out or like because me I get loud. Like, when I start drinking and shit, like I'll get loud, like I'll get kind of crazy, like I get kicked out. Like.
But do you think it's because like I'm sorry to get you off again, but do you think it's because you didn't have like your friends like Nick or me or Jeremiah or like
I think it was just more that I was like I finally like. Because, like, I had lived in other places before. Like, I had lived in Arizona for, like, a little bit. But I think it was finally, like, I was on my own. I was, like...
And you were dealing with some
I'm an
things.
adult. Yeah, you know, I was still kind of how I was in my head and shit. Like... But it was, like... I don't know. I honestly just wanted to party. To be completely honest, like, with all that, like, I just kind of want to party. I had just been, like, doing so much, like, shit. Like, before then, like... When I first graduated, I had 3 jobs. Like, I went from one job to the next, like, some days, like, work, you know, I stopped hanging out with everybody. Like, I partied for, like, the first month after I graduated. Then I stopped. And I literally just locked myself in the Huh?
I wouldn't say everybody.
What?
You said you stopped hanging out with everybody?
Well, yeah, okay, I still hung out, but, like, a majority of everybody that I was hanging out with, I just kind of stopped. Like, I didn't kick it with everybody like we did in high school, and, like,
and do you think that's where that idea that you were like an asshole or too Hollywood came from?
Yeah, but I mean, but it was just like I didn't want to kick it. Like
I
didn't want to kick it. I wanted to do something. Like I had to do that. Like I had to do like I try to like me and my girl like argue sometimes like and she's like you're doing this. You're always doing this. Like you have to constantly be doing like this is like making music and shit is not just like a clock in clock out shit. And, like, sometimes I treat it like that, and you can't. It is not that. It's an art. It's a fucking... Like, though you can do so much shit, like, and be so big and lavish and shit from it, like, it's literally an art. And when it comes, like, down to, like, the realness of it, like, if it's not real or organic or, like, actually, like... I don't know, and you're, like... I don't know, and you're not, like... I don't know. Like, so many people, like, when you get into it, like, think that you owe them something. Like... So many people in this world fucking think that you owe them something just because you know them.
Trust me.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, what if I like, what did Ray say? Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting. Like, really, people wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Yeah.
Like, it's real. Like, it's not fake shit. Like, that's real. Like, if I can't tell you how many times I sat in this fucking hot ass 8x6 studio at my old house.
I remember that.
And I just sit there writing songs, and Nick would just be chill. It's not like I didn't need nobody to, you know, he didn't have to be there.
Yeah.
But he was just always kind of there. Like, if that's what I was going to do and people want to kick it, come kick it while I'm doing that shit. Like,
But nobody wants to do that.
But nobody wants to do it. Like,
in the studio.
Like, nobody wants to, like, sit there and, like, listen to me, right? Like, which I get. I totally get that. I totally get it. But, like, if you, like...
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, either, like... And we had back in the day, like, we had a big-ass shop. You could have been punching bag, fucking... BP or skating or some shit in there, like.
But we'd take breaks and then
we would do shit like
drinking and
playing,
smoking.
like we had the basketball.
And then we play. Like, we had then we start just watching people's music videos.
Yeah, just it's not like I'm constantly. It's like You know, it's not like I'm not talking to Nick the whole time.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we're kicking it still. Like, you know, like, I got beats on. I'm writing something, you know, like.
People don't find that interesting, which is weird because I do.
Yeah,
right?
I love that shit.
Yeah,
I'll sit in so many sessions, and if they, I mean, like, I've never been one, like, if you invite me to the session, I'm not going to be like, I'm going to be like, just because personally me, if, like, I invited you to my session, have the energy. Mm-hmm. If you're not going to have the energy and you're just not going to, like, you don't really want to be there, do not show up.
See,
because it's going to reflect in my it's going to reflect in my music. Yeah.
I'm different. When I go to someone's session, I sit there and take notes. I'm like, okay, what is he doing?
But see, like me and you have been in sessions together. Like, you're still attentive though. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to act like. I'm not saying don't be in, like, whatever. Like, don't have to be. It's not your session. I get it. Don't be engulfed, but give off give off my same energy. You have to feed off my energy.
Yeah.
Like, it has to bounce back.
Yeah.
Shit has to bounce back for me in the studio, or else I cannot have you in there. Mm-hmm. Like. And I don't know. I don't know. Like, people are just think that they are owed everything.
So now, when we listen to music that, like, not necessarily that you do, but that you listen to, a lot of people aren't fans of that.
Of what?
The music you listen to.
What are you talking about?
Nigga, you know what I'm talking about.
Who? Name someone. Name one artist right now.
That you listen to?
Yeah, that nobody likes.
Well, it's not that nobody likes. Just a lot of people. It's not mainstream for sure. Lil Aaron.
He's talking.
If people are listening to this Lil Aaron,
mainstream,
like,
yeah, but underground, he's huge.
100%. I'm saying, like,
kind of just
like when you blast,
when you blast
Lil Aaron, Panic at the Disco.
Okay, people who hate on Panic at the Disco are fucking haters. Fuck them, bro. Brandon, if you ever watch this, bro, I love you. Like, I'm gonna name my first kid. I always tell my girl, like, my first born child is Brendan Yuri Allen. That motherfucker is. I love that fool. Like.
But
homo.
But when people so when people see you blasting that shit, what do you think's going on in their head? You're like, this nigga's fucking crazy.
I don't give a fuck.
You don't?
No way, bro. Hell no. Robbie blasting my music at work, like, knowing these people are like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I'm doing?
Just dancing to it.
Fuck yeah, bro. I love Lil Aaron, bro. Lil Aaron.
So
what are you talking about, like Lil Peep type, like that type music?
No, because you don't listen to that type of music all the time.
I listen to Peep every day.
Lil Peep?
Yeah,
I love Lil Peep.
Lil Peep said.
I'm thinking Lil Peep. I'm sorry.
Oh no way!
I'm sorry.
No, not
Lil Pump.
No, I mean, I heard he's a little different now, not music wise, but like I fuck with his like wave that he's like, dude, he's killing it. But his music person, I cannot. Just because I just can't listen to it.
So like. I don't even know how to explain it.
I hate I'm not super into lyrical rap, but have some substance.
Have some bars, man.
Yeah. So and I'm not even saying I got bars. I just make good storytelling.
I mean, well, you do have some. You have some bars for sure. Like they're
so subtle though. Like, my punches are not like rap punches.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say the hardest shit that you won't get until you read the lyrics. Like, you'll be like, oh, that's hard.
Oh, that's,
you know
what
I mean? Because it's just because I don't punch my shit. Like, I'm not like,
your delivery isn't like,
my delivery isn't like, it's not like what it like.
But it's not. That's not necessarily needed.
Yeah, no, and that's just not how I like. It's not that that's not how I like to make music. It's just like, I don't know. I don't want to like. I don't know. I just feel like those heavy like saying the bars is just sometimes just so fucking corny to me.
Really?
Like, oh, bro, people are gonna hate me for this, but when I hear Kendrick, I'm like, shut up.
Really? You don't like Kendrick?
I hate Kendrick.
Why
man.
Is that?
He's annoying.
He's annoying.
And I'm not trying to be a hater because I think he's so dope for the culture and like for what he does for every dude, he's.
Is it just the
amazing.
Style of music? Because it's the style of music that
it's like I hate to say it, but it's like Eminem.
Yeah.
But still a god. Like, they're all god. Like,
I 100% don't disagree with you. I don't like his new album that much either. But but like no. I semi agree with you. It's like, okay, some people when they rap, their bars are like they put the bars in the forefront and like don't let the music speak for itself. Yeah. Like they don't have that musical punch anymore. Like Eminem, when he would rap, he used to make songs. Now it feels like he's making bars fit together instead of doing that. And he's old. Yeah. He's been around for who knows how long. So he's able to do that. He's allowed to do it.
He can do whatever he wants now.
Yeah. So but for example, when we
after that freestyle he did, that's just crazy.
When you take someone like Kendrick and they make Humble, it's like, okay, but he's making music. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's making an actual song. But would you ever go back to rapping? Because I wouldn't say what you're doing right now isn't rap.
But yeah, I think I'll never steer away from that rap shit, just because like it's not necessarily how I like. Because like when I first started off writing songs, I was fucking so young. Like I don't even know what I'd write a song about. But it was more like just kind of singing a song. Like it wasn't like I wasn't rapping, I wasn't spitting. Like I didn't have no beat or nothing. But like I would just me and my uncle would just write songs and just kind of like make melodies and shit and just like that. And so like when I did start rapping, it was like it kind of didn't. Not that it came natural, but I could just flow easy. Like the very first time I ever freestyled some shit, like it was on the T-Pain app. I had my homie Devin was like beatboxing, like we were recording off it, and I just freestyled, and it flowed. Like it,
which is crazy because you're decent at freestyle. I'm terrible.
I only do good when I'm fucking around. Like if it's like some serious, like all right, we gotta do some tight shit in the studio or something, I'm gonna come out with some trash.
Well, see, that's the difference between you. I'm very big on lyrics, and you're not. So you. That disconnect.
See me, I listen to music for the motherfucking melody. Like that's what I love in it. Like I'm just like remember that one album I had you listen to? Like I do like the screams in it, but I'm not in it for that.
Yeah, you're in it for that melody.
Like
and you can 100% like listen to that and be like, oh, I'm inspired off of it.
Yeah, and that's where like I got so much. Like I'm telling you, people are like, oh, you're in this auto-tune phase. No, I've been in this motherfucking auto-tune phase. Bro. The bands I listened to before I even heard any rappers off some or like some T-Pain auto-tune shit was fucking the bands I listened to. Like I would literally watch this one video on YouTube. It was this band that did this like auto-tune versus no auto-tune thing, and like they had like one of their homies come in and sing this thing and like have them sing it, like they had them sing it live, didn't sound good, but then they put it in the and it sounds so I've just been listening to auto-tune forever, and I just always like thought it brought so much more emotion. Like I'm not the best singer, but I can sing, and it just like that sound, like when you use it, it's just like you're using reverb, it's just like you're using distortion, like it's just a motherfucking tool that makes like it just added so much emotion. Like to just like a bare vocal,
and that's why like that Frank Ocean song you said so much emotion, but it's a muted emotion. Like it's like damn, that's a fucking.
What song is that?
Novocaine.
Novocaine, okay.
Oh, Novocaine's good.
But
that you know that new song, that one song that I dropped with the Flames thing. No. That's Good Guy. That's that sample.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I've heard that song like 8 times already.
Oh my god.
Because other people showed me.
No,
but so, would you say your music is nostalgic?
Yes.
In some ways.
Yeah.
Because I see you trying to chase that. Not really trying, but you end up chasing that nostalgic vibe.
I've always made music like. Okay, so like I always bring it back to whatever reason, like this was like a huge memory for me. I don't know why. Was like it being like 3 a.m. I'm like into like probably like middle school, and I'm on MySpace listening to something, and I just for whatever reason I get this like feeling in my stomach. It's like a good ass feeling, you know. Like I just get this feeling, and so when I make a song, if it's not like it has to have the feeling. If I like when I listen to the beat, if I don't get that feeling, not like right away, not that I won't make a good song out of it, like. It might not make it. Like, it might not be a good one. Like, I don't know. Like, I have to have that feeling to, like, produce that feeling, I guess. Like, I have to... The song and the time and, like, what's going on in my life, like, that shit just has to be...
Everything has to be
It just has to line up, honestly. Like I think that I can write... So I can make any kind of song off the spot, but for it to be, like, that timeless feeling that, like, I go for, it's... Dude, I'm so picky with that. Like,
so do you think you're going to hold on to a lot of music that way, though? Like, there's a lot of music that's probably not going to get released, or at least until you die. And the only reason why I say that is because that's what's happening with Lil Peep and shit like that. Like, he's recorded a lot of music.
I have a lot of really dope music, but I just don't think that they're timeless. It'll be dope for right then and there, but, you know, I feel like if you can't replay it, then why would I drop it? Like... If I can't sit there and replay your music, then it's not. I don't know. It's not good.
I get you. I got it.
It's not rich in value to me.
Well, because when I had dropped, and this is years back, when I had dropped No Weed, I thought that was a timeless record compared to and the other one compared to Respond. But a lot of people were like, "Oh, if you put a hook to Respond, it could have been." And I was like, Nah, I'll pass. Yeah.
I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Well, no, because I was dissing someone in that whole song.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's why. I was best friend, Joaquin. fuck with my shit and your jaw will get broken?
Oh my god, bro. I remember all that now. That was in high school.
That was in high school.
Taylor was dropping some dope songs in high school. I was dropping shit off my laptop, no mic.
I feel. Oh my god. Well, see, and another thing is, I had the means to drop music that I liked. You know what I mean? And I was able to write that. I would never be able to write that shit now, ever in my life. And one, it wouldn't be popping now.
Yeah, but that's like when I try to get back to like writing some bars. I'm like, wait, hold on, how do I spit? Yeah.
How the fuck did I do that?
Like,
yeah.
hold on, what? I've just been writing like storytelling songs.
Yeah.
All my life.
Yeah. Have you ever been? So you've been back and listened to a lot of your old stuff.
Listen to my old stuff every time I get on my music.
Do you think there's a song that you're like, this one needs to come out, ever?
Our song.
For real though.
So good, dude.
What's going on with that, man?
I haven't found the right hook.
Still? Nigga, it's been like a year. This nigga still ain't found the right
It's
hook.
been way longer than a year.
Way
It's probably been
longer.
like 2 years. I bet you that was like a 2016 song.
Probably, and it was
Bet
fire. It probably still is fire.
It's still good.
We need to finish that.
I need to, once I get the hook, like I think I'm just gonna do like what I did in the beginning pretty much, but it just, I don't know if it'll sound fire. It has to do with the beat too, like the way the beat is set up is like, that part is just weird, and like that, like, I don't know, to me, like our parts, like they're timeless, like that, like that is it, but like if there's a missing thing to that,
It's
like,
the hook.
like it can't fully function. Like we could drop, I mean, our parts,
Which is crazy.
Then
it's crazy because we've known each other for how long? Like probably like
since like freshman year.
Yeah, freshman year. That's like, how long is that? Like
How many
8
years have we been
years?
out of high school?
9?
9 years, yeah.
Yeah. That's a long ass time, right? Long ass time.
Almost a decade.
Not dropped
Almost
one
a decade.
song together. Only recorded half of one song together. We've known each other for 9 years, my dude. Not even one. What's going on? We both make a lot of music. We both drop music. It's just, it's a match made in heaven.
I was in a funk too, also. But
Yeah,
like,
we both were
But
in
since
funks
I've been
at
like
different
way
times,
more,
so.
like me, I'm way more like, when I was first making music, like I got to the point where like I wasn't kicking it with nobody, like so like I only made music by myself. So then that became my thing. Then it became like, all right, I can't have nobody in there. I can't have nobody around while I'm making music. Like,
But I mean, like,
it had to be
when was this? Because
I remember this was like tour times. This was like when I was still heavy into like when I was like coming up. Like it was just like I had to only be me. Like I was just like, and that's how it was just working out for me. Like I could just do that. Like
that's weird because when you were doing that tour stuff, I was just like, I don't want to write music. I'm done. I hate writing music right now. So I just didn't write music the whole time. And then right when I was at my peak of writing music, that's when we started that song.
Yeah.
And I think that was when you were coming down.
It was a slow fucking down.
It was a slow
I was like,
burn.
I wish I could have just hit the fucking downhill and then came back up, but no, it was fucking the most not steep downhill I ever had. Like,
Yeah.
I'm back in a minute.
Yeah. So we need to do something.
Oh, dude, we have that one for
Yeah.
like, and who knows, maybe the hook will just come to me one day. But I mean, I know what I want to do for it, but I don't know if
Can't
it's
do it
fire.
yet. You don't know if it's fire.
I don't
Well, I
know if
mean,
it's
you gotta
fire.
do it to find out,
I
right?
know that's true,
All right. Let's talk about a little bit of aliens. Do you believe in aliens?
bro. Can I go pee first? Because this
Yeah, the bathroom's right there,
This
right
is
behind
gonna
you.
be
Look
long,
back
bro.
up.
Yeah. Bathroom's right behind you.
Motherfucker, I'll just say this: I believe in aliens.
What about you,
I'll
Nick?
tell
You
you a
believe in
story.
aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much?
A little bit.
I don't know. I think too much.
I think
much?
too much.
Yeah.
Do you have any stories?
Oh yeah, I do got stories.
All right, tell me one.
So like there was like this night like my dad had found a telescope in the attic, and so like we were like looking at stuff, me, him, and my brother, and we were just kind of checking stuff out, but we were also just out just looking. It's one night, summer night, you could see the stars everywhere, and I remember like some stars were just like blinking, like flashing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could tell, but they weren't moving. Like you could kind of tell when you're looking at through a telescope, and you can see like it's moving or it's a plane or something. But like there was like a few that were like flashing, but they're also like flashing like different colors. Like
Yeah.
like I think it was like flashing like green or red or something. And then I was just like, and then my dad was like told my brother, he's like, oh Darren, get out here. And so we were kind of looking. Then he found the telescope, and then he was looking, and we were like checking out, and it was like the weirdest thing. Like I didn't know what the fuck it was. Like the only thing, you know, what like there's all these stars, and there's like this one was like flashing, blinking green, and there's another one like red, and it was just in one spot the whole time. Like we were looking out with telescopes, wasn't moving, you know, wasn't a plane, and I was just like, it was just weird. I was just like, that was like probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
You think it could have been like a space shuttle or something, like a satellite?
But I mean, when do you ever see?
That's true, but like that's what a lot of people are doing now. Like that's a satellite. Like, they'll just be like, "No, what you saw was a satellite."
It could be a satellite. I'm not saying that's what it was. I'm just saying.
But I mean, because they're always up there, so like, wouldn't you like see that all the time?
I agree.
It depends.
I personally seen satellites. I personally have seen plenty of satellites going across.
Yeah.
Have you
and
really?
You know what's a satellite? Yeah.
But satellites move.
I've
too.
never.
I also so like where I live, like my parents' house is I'm in the country. There's no lights. It's dark as hell. Like you can see shit. But this is even like before. Like this is when I lived in the city. Like I've seen plenty of satellites. Like you can see them. Like if you're like, I mean it needs to be like maybe like not in the city, but like I mean out here is kind of like you're kind of out here. There's not too much. It'll be dark, but. You know what satellite is.
Have you seen? Do you have any stories?
Nick.
Because I have
Nobody believes me.
I have a story that I want to tell you.
And me personally, like I'll never like just because like I don't have proof of it.
Yeah.
You know, I was young. When I was in that, it was that same time where I had hella night terrors, but I wasn't scared of this or nothing. But like I walked out to the motherfucking kitchen, and we used to have this big old kitchen window, and I just remember it was really late, and I went to the kitchen for something. And there was just this shit. It was like just flash a light, gone. And I'm like, this shit just happened right in front of my house.
Like so you saw.
I'm like, hold up. Let me grab my phone. Didn't even have a phone at the time. So like, I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, wait, did I just see that shit? I go outside. I'm like, nothing's there. I'm like.
So you only saw a light? You only saw a light? Or did you see like
that
the
shit was not no regular ass lights. That was a
well, yeah. But like, did you see?
It was just like this flash of light, and then like the light went up. Like it was like everything was lit. Like the kitchen was like not like lit like lights, but like you know what I'm talking about, like a big old
like a flash,
yeah,
like a flash, and like you can just see like everything was like there, and then like the light just like kind of like got up, and then it was just like gone.
It got up as in like it like levitated or something, and like kind of.
It was like so. Can you turn the light on? Bro, it was like, okay, if it was dark in here, all the light came in, and then turned that shit on, and then it like got skinny. Like I don't know how to explain it.
So it
got skinny.
It closed.
It like it was skinny, and then like just gone. Like, and like, I mean, okay, I could have been tripping or some shit. But I didn't do no. I wasn't smoking.
Bottom of the alien ship was
younger,
closing.
I think I was like 3rd grade. I wrote a paper at school on this shit. Bro. Why am I gonna make myself look stupid for my teacher? Like, why? If I didn't really see this, why would I make it like?
You wrote a paper?
Hell yeah! I had to write a paper on this shit. My little young ass. I'm telling you what the fuck I saw. Dude, I was saying what I saw. Shit was real. I swear to God, man.
Oh my God.
Swear. I don't think I ever had no encounters after that. I mean, I could have been.
Any ghost encounters? Anything? Oh fuck!
Jesus.
Hold on. Let me talk about what happened to me with the alien, and then we'll go into.
Wait, you have some alien shit too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's bad.
And my mom. So
it's bad.
Like, I'm telling you,
dude,
this is verified.
No, and I'm telling y'all right now, y'all keep making fun of me. Young Doug is an alien.
Why do you say that?
Because nobody makes good ass music like that. It's not an alien. There's no mortal man who makes music like him. Fuck all that. Young Thug is the best artist. Too good to be
Too good
to be a person.
Too good to be a person.
You're not young. Like, look at him. Who name one other artist that's ever had anything like him? Mm-hmm. That's done like alien.
Oh my God! All right, so I was getting off work at Goldie's, and it was.
When was this?
It was high school. I think it was 9th grade.
See, and this is so like
9th or 8th.
Like this.
9th or 8th.
Like
it was
me as a kid,
grade.
I could have lied, you know, whatever. I mean,
oh, bro, I'm not lying
but
about
this. Is like you're older. Like, why would you say some
shit
shit about this movie?
I saw it. So right, I was walking. So we always check the mail, like every Sunday.
Yeah,
every Sunday. We always check the mail. So we went to go check the mail, and I hear a humming, like a loud like humming, and it's above me. So I'm like, whatever, I don't pay no mind. And then it's like,
bro,
it's oh my God, and it's annoying. It's so loud, it's annoying. So I look up and I just see the fucking big UFO, like, and it's like, imagine this is the houses. It was like this. So I saw like the little like lights. I saw lights. I could describe you the lights. I could describe you what the hole looked like. It was so scary. I was terrified.
I'd be scared of that.
I was terrified. And so what do? I look at Mom because I'm old enough, so I know what to do in this situation.
Working.
I look at Mom. I'm like,
Yeah,
Mom,
working.
give me my phone. She looks at me and says, no. What? I was having this. I was like, what?
You're going to join us one day.
Mom, give me my phone.
Mom, record this.
I was like, Mom, give me my phone. Because I didn't want to look stupid. Because in that situation, I was like, if I've ever seen this, because that whole like 2 weeks has gone by and I was like looking at alien shit. So I was like, if I ever get in this situation, I'm going to film it. I have to.
Yeah.
How could you not? So I look at Mom and I'm like, Mom, give me my phone. She looks at me dead in the eyes.
Wait, so you'd been like watching shit like previous to this?
Yeah, and
that's crazy. That's so scary, bro. Fuck
it
all
was
that.
terrifying.
They were watching you, bro. They were watching you.
It was terrifying.
Fuck all that, bro.
So I look at Mom, I'm like, Mom, give me my phone. She's like, no. And I'm like, what? And so I get the rest of the things. I look and I run around like the corner to see if it's like above the other houses, because like it's like floating from this house to like the house right next to it. So I'm like, okay, whatever, fuck it. I'm gonna get this mail and I'm gonna look on the other corner to see if it's still there. Look, fucking gone. Not even there.
Bro, fuck everything, bro.
So then I go back to the car and I'm like, Mom, why didn't you get me the phone? And she said, because they're not coming back for us. She was afraid that they were going to come back to the house because I had evidence that they existed. It was
She's
terrifying.
like, I'm not letting them take my baby.
It was terrifying.
They ain't taking my baby.
It was terrifying. Like,
Dude,
ever since then, I was just
that
like,
shit, bro. Like, I'm telling you
about that.
We have a podcast where we called her and we like talked to her about it.
Really?
Yeah, she was like skeptical. She was like, I don't want to talk about it.
Nope, boys, he ain't
she
talking about
didn't
this.
like talking about
and see, and that's how you know. Like, if somebody will tell you, like, yep, I seen this, and not want to talk, real. Everybody who's like wants to, you've seen alien. I want to tell you, I seen alien. If you don't want to talk about it, real.
I only talk about
real
it
real fucking
because it's
scary.
interesting to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was terrified in that situation. Like, scary. Like, if I had piss in my like bladder, I would have pissed myself. Like, swear to God. I looked up and I was like,
if you were loaded.
yeah, like it was insane. Like, you look up and you're just like, you see, like, you know, like the abducting thing.
I'm telling you,
see
like,
it close.
and that's what I like. I'm
I
not
think,
like.
yeah.
I think like I'm telling like the light, like that's the only way I can explain it. Like the light got skinny. Like it got like
I think that's what happened to
like
you. Yeah.
just like
What color was it? Was it white?
No, it was like a whitish blue, like a really ultra like a ultra fucking like violet bluish white. Like it was like it's like a them light like them bright ass LED type like white blue like. Just like lit it, and I'm telling you, everything was lit up. Like I could see the whole kitchen.
What color did I say the light was in the UFO? I said it was blue,
bro. And
this
like, it's like
this is without even talking.
Bro,
to
it's
you.
some weird ass shit, bro. Like it's.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Fuck everything, bro.
That's not cool.
Just the universe is too big for there not to be on.
100%. 100%.
It's so like.
But it's just like.
Y'all be watching Cosmos?
I do.
Yeah.
I watch a whole bunch of space documentaries.
So huge. This shit is huge.
But it's just like.
And that's all that we know of.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
Like this shit is not just here's space. Like it's here's space. Like
yeah.
Fuck that.
I don't know. It says a lot that he brought up independently on his own that the light was blue, and on a separate podcast you can look it up. I said
what episode?
I looked. I don't remember what.
No,
No, was it the Lost episode?
No.
No. Okay.
No, we haven't.
So
Nope, it wasn't.
It
It
was-
wasn't on 10 or 11.
What?
Jesus, how do you know it was 11?
Uh,
You know that the Lost episode was 11, right?
I thought it was like 4.
It was 11. It was a high number. We've lost one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude. Aliens.
What about this? What if he saw the same spaceship you saw?
That'd be fucked up. But I don't think that happened.
I mean, it could.
But my only thing is like why are aliens making it so secretive to us?
Well,
Do you
there
think
could be a
that-
lot of things. For instance, like when everyone
And I never don't ever think it's maybe not like government testing shit, because I personally think that like there's so many like that whole Area 51 shit, like where they test like all. I so believe like government could be testing some shit to not freak everybody out, but like I've almost thought about it as like, okay, so maybe the government knows something we don't know, and so they do all these like extraterrestrial like UFO sighting type shit, like not to like, okay, how many times you seen like some fucked up shit on the internet and you could just kind of look at it and not be like, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like
you wouldn't be shocked
when you were younger and you seen somebody's head get chopped off. You're like, whoa,
yeah,
or some shit like that. You know, like you're.
So
like,
you think it's like
traumatized.
desensitizing?
It's like desensitizing us. I've thought about that as well. Like, what if everything we're all seeing is just like put on by the government? Just because like when something does happen,
we don't freak out and like.
Yeah, and it's almost like it's the you know. But then like I feel like they would have like desensitized us way more, not made it so everybody so like. The fucking people who did see it are skeptics and like shit like that. Like, so that's why I thought, you know, like they obviously don't know anything, but they could. Like I don't know if y'all know who Tom DeLonge is, but like he's the, like he was one of the lead singers of Blink-182. Like he has like a whole like Space One program. Like look into that shit. Like go watch his Joe Rogan podcast. Like Joe Rogan rips him apart. Like,
I think I know. Is that the guy who's like, oh, I can't talk about that, a secret?
Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
So he. Yeah, he's probably a little crazy, but what if he's not?
Yeah,
that's my whole thing. Like me, maybe it's just I'm biased because I just like I love that fool, you know, just from like the music shit. But like, what if he's not lying? What if he's not lying? Like, what if like he can really like? What if he really just can't talk about that? Like, what if like
shit like that happens where
that's
the
what I'm saying.
government's like, hey
it's,
man,
it's literally like think about a fucking legit ass alien from a however far coming down and like it being like, well, this is happening. Like, what if? Like, what if this fool's really not lying? And, like, look up that fool's net worth. Like, that fool has money. So he really has, like, if he really truly, like, if it's not all just, like, he's trying to get money, which I don't think it is. He's got the funds for whatever. He's got, I don't know, he has the voice for everything. But, I mean, you know, he could be crazy. But we're all crazy, right? Like,
so, I guess the question, have you seen Interstellar?
Yeah.
No? Alright, well, it's a movie about, like, this guy, he travels, and he's, like, trying to travel and, like, look at the world or, like, figure out space. So we bring him into the space and whatever, and they find this wormhole, and he ends up traveling, like, light years away.
Yeah.
And so he finds that same wormhole.
They're finding a new Earth.
Yeah, a new Earth to live on, because their Earth is, like, running out of crops and
movie.
shit. Yeah, fake movie.
well, I'm just not.
But the science in it is real. So this is why I bring it up. So he goes to a wormhole, which is traveling light years, light years, and he sees like, doesn't he see like a couple planets and whatever? He visits this one planet where everything's like so fast, like the days feel like so quickly.
Yeah, I think like was it like either like minutes?
Yeah,
minutes on the planet is like years for Earth.
What? Yeah, it's crazy. So like,
does it seem like everything's going faster than
No. The people on the planet is normal, but in space he had this dude just like waiting for him because they had to leave. Like after he was done, he stayed up there for 30 years. They're on the planet for 30 minutes. That.
Oh, it's like a minute's a year.
A minute is a year, pretty much.
Wow.
Is the easiest way to explain.
How long they were on that?
So they're on the planet so long to where this dude was just old.
Well, he came back old.
Yeah,
the guy on the spaceship
the guy on the spaceship was old, and he came back, and the guy on the spaceship was old.
Oh my god!
So,
how did the guy in the spaceship stay the whole time?
I think you need to watch the movie. I think he ate up all their rations.
Yeah, probably had like food or something like that.
Because he could only eat what was on there. Like he couldn't go down and like. So that just like time is weird. You know what I mean? Like time is pretty crazy. So when you think about it, now not only did he travel light speed full and like we're on a planet or whatever, when he got back at the speed of light, the planet was just like not there. Right? Am I right?
No, because remember his daughter grew up.
Oh yeah, his daughter grew up.
He came back. He started talking.
So like this was the new Earth that he had found.
No. She ends up finding the new Earth, right?
Yeah.
She started. Became a scientist.
I thought he goes in like a black hole or some shit like that and like gets stuck.
He was stuck.
Yeah.
Remember, because in the beginning of the movie, like in the room, his office, that book fell off the shelf.
Yeah.
That book fell off the shelf.
You need to really watch
and she
movie.
picks it up and puts it back. And then, but he's there.
And this is her as a child. There's just like in the black hole. There's just a bunch of different parallel universes, right?
See.
And so he finds one parallel universe and sticks to it, and he knocks the book off the shelf every time. So he just continues to knock the book off of this parallel universe. So like, you know what a parallel universe is, right? All right, I'll explain it. I'll explain it.
Enlighten me.
So imagine we're doing this podcast, right? And imagine there's another universe doing the same exact podcast that run parallel to ours. But like, instead of you wearing a black hat, you'd wear a white one. And instead of me wearing this jacket, I'd be wearing something else. That's a parallel
But they're doing
universe.
the same shit.
But they're doing the same thing. And they don't always have to be doing the same thing, but there's a bunch of different, like, infinite amount of parallel universes. So imagine you're from this timeline, or this parallel universe, and someone else is from this one. But it's still you. You know what I mean? So what he did was he went to this parallel universe and met and like saw his daughter as a baby, like as a little girl, and knocked over a book, just one book. And then as he was just going normal time, but she was speeding up because in a black hole time just doesn't
like
exist. Yeah. So he kept knocking down books, right? And eventually she was just like, something is going on. I don't know what it is, but like these books on the shelf just keep knocking over. And then he sees himself leave to the space program.
Yeah.
And then he sees like everything that happens to his daughter, like while he's gone, and like so he sees her like go through sorrow of him leaving, and like she finds out that he'll never come back, and like all the shit, and he's just knocking down books. So he's really him on the other side.
Yeah.
And it's all fucked up, right? So he knocks down books, and she finds out how to like go through time, like how to like morph time, pretty much.
She figured out, her and like the other scientists they're working with figured it out.
Yeah, they figured it out.
They figured out how to do it, and then
she figured out like what was going on, like
that was her.
That was her dad from a different timeline, or like from the black hole. And so he leaves the black hole and sees like the new Earth thing that they have.
That
It's
they
like
created.
It's like a halo, right?
It's like a halo,
It's
and Earth is like in the little crust of the halo. And so he goes there to see his like little daughter. She's old, like old.
On lifeline,
He missed
lifeline,
yeah,
dying.
Yeah, and so like she was in like cryogenic sleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she only came out to see him.
what?
Movie is crazy.
Interstellar. When did this come out? How come I've never heard?
I don't know.
It
It
came
came
out
out like
like
2012, like 11 or something
No,
like that, right?
That's what I'm doing
2013,
tonight.
I think.
Bro, it was on
That's what I'm
Hulu.
doing
I don't know
tonight.
if it's still on Hulu, but it's
I
so
got Hulu.
good.
I think
It's
yeah,
so good. Like, you really should watch it.
Black holes are fucked up.
Yeah.
I watched a whole video today of
What is
Star
it?
Talk about black holes, and it's saying how like if you go through it, you will witness like time just pass in front of you, because a theory is that time is like in a loop. It's like walking to the South Pole, and once you hit the South Pole, you should go all the way back around until you reach that point in time again. So that's what a black hole is supposedly supposed to be. So when he went through that black hole, he saw all these other parallel universes, all these other timelines, while he was just sitting there witnessing, because nothing can escape a black hole, not even light. So when you're in there, you're witnessing everything happening, and it's just fucking crazy.
It's insane. It's insane. So this is the movie. It's Interstellar. You've probably seen the poster. It came out 2014.
Who is Matthew McConaughey?
Yep.
Oh wow.
But remember, like lots of stuff. Their crew started dying. They're on that ice planet, and like the guy, they wake that guy up.
Oh,
in that
yeah, and he
cryogenic,
just
and
tries
he started
to,
It's
like,
not
Hulu?
on Hulu?
He tried to jack
Yeah,
their
I think so. I'll check
spaceship.
right now.
I'm looking
like
at.
so
I was
much-
looking on it right now on the app, but I'm
So
not-
much
They
shit
could have
happened.
taken it off of there. It was on there like
It's been on there for a long time. So
Yeah.
I don't know if they took it off. I don't know. Hulu doesn't really take shit off.
I know.
That's what I was thinking.
That's a good ass movie.
Am I spelling it wrong? How do I spell it?
Interstellar. Oh no, it's right here. It should be.
Interstellar.
It's INTERSTELLAR. I don't know if it's on here though. I just see a bunch of trailers. But yeah,
I'll find it.
if you can find a way to watch that movie,
I'm
is
watching it tonight.
that
It's
movie's
so good.
insane, bro. Like it's
I saw it in
crazy.
theaters.
It's so good. It's long. It's pretty lengthy. And
About
there's a
2
lot
hour
of
movie.
and there's a lot of like
I was about to
dialogue.
watch Drobot Taylor this morning. I was about to say.
And there's a lot of dialogue, but once you get through it and like kind of understand some of the concepts that they're messing
But
with,
see, and I'm personally into that, so like.
yeah, and a lot of the
So-
concepts scientists said they're either true or can happen.
Yeah, it's
So
See, and that's another thing that
I think
always
it's
gets me
quantum.
it's always like it's not the fear of not knowing, but like when like you ever hear a scientist or like some shit like this, like and like that totally could happen. It's like fuck, I want to know if it really can happen. So there's somebody there, but it's just like ain't coming back. Like you're gonna know what's gonna happen. Like
you won't know for like years and years. If someone ever moves the speed of light and moves back, they'll never come.
Yeah, and we'll never know anything.
We'll never know in our lifetime.
They could if we invent a wormhole.
Yeah. So the idea of a wormhole, right? Can you hand me that paper? Yeah. So the idea of a wormhole, right? So it's like, so let's say you have to move from here to here. The idea of a wormhole is it kind of crinkles the paper up, so you move from here to here. So you move.
Yeah, it like moves it like.
Yeah.
It's like a. It's like fucking. It's just like taking out the
distance.
It's just
imagine.
I seen something like that before.
Yeah.
Imagine, I remember I seen something like that.
So imagine you have to go
from.
I
seen that on the Cosmos.
Yeah, imagine you have to go from my house to your house, and then you just chop the earth in half and like move our houses together. Boom. Yeah, that's exactly what a wormhole is.
So weird.
We would have to be able to create that
and maintain it
in space.
And and if you like you said, you watched that interview like with Joe Rogan and Tom, like he literally is like to what he's saying that they have the technology to start to make a
don't they talk about like 0 point energy or something like that?
To fucking make they're trying to make like they're mostly trying to make like it's like a hovercraft type thing, but or a spaceship UFO or whatever, but like I don't know, you probably have to have all that information to do shit like that. And though it could be total bullshit, but like you say, what if it's not?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would this dude have you have to just really dedicate your life to becoming such a fucking just like, I'm just gonna bullshit everybody.
Yeah.
And why, I just feel like why would he have dedicated his life to this when he could have he could either still be making music or just do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's not like, I don't know,
he probably saw something and was like, I want to figure out what that was. Well,
it started from he would just read a lot of books on tour and just got a lot of UFO type books and just went from there and just kind of got into it.
Yeah, we saw a clip of that video.
Yeah, on the podcast like 2 days or it was 4 podcasts ago. Yeah. It's actually it's interesting for sure. Yeah. For sure.
Do you believe in time travel?
I believe nobody has yet, but I believe we can get it.
Well, no human has. Because in order to believe that aliens in order to believe aliens exist, they've had to have tried time travel.
Yeah, because space is not. You can't just.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah, it takes time. Unless.
It takes time.
Unless we're saying.
I think. I don't know. Just because I've just from things I've how fucking strong your brain is.
Mm-hmm.
If we were able to use the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much shit can happen. And it's just a human brain. There's probably something out there.
But what if they're just we see all these signs. What if they're just watching,
Mm-hmm.
Making sure we're not figuring out too much.
What's that?
Keeping us contained.
You know that Jim Carrey movie?
Making sure all right. Let's make sure Earth humans aren't advancing to the point where they can figure out other shit going on. Well, they can fuck up. Let's just we want to keep them there. Let's keep this plan here. They're
somebody just organizing this whole shit. That's have you seen the Truman Show?
No.
Mm-hmm. The Jim Carrey. So it's his whole life is like a TV show type or controlled.
Mm-hmm.
What if that type of shit is real? What if I don't know, bro.
Possibly be.
What if right now, just because I'm speaking from my perspective, what if this is only my world? What if this is only going on?
Simulation?
Yeah, just my world. What if your world right now? What if you're at the park or something?
It's possible.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What if you're in the living room gaming or something? What if Nick didn't this is just happening only in my world? What if Nick's whole world that never happened?
Yeah,
you die, you wake up.
Nick's whole world, I'd never make me it's what if we're literally only what if I'm only doing this podcast because it's my world?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the theory of everything being a simulation?
Huh.
Okay, so Elon Musk, you know who Elon Musk is?
Fuck yeah.
So he said, out of all the theories of what the purpose of life is and all this stuff, I have yet to be able to disprove that it's a simulation. Because when you break everything down, when I break down how water is made, you always go down to binary code. And the first thing and the only thing that makes video games or anything video game type is binary code. If you want to learn how to create a video game, for example, you're modding video games right now. If you want to learn how to make a video game, you might need to learn binary code. You need to.
Yeah.
And so he's it is possible that we're all just a part of a game.
what? Yeah, what if it's literally we're just being run by something? Could you imagine that? Like, what if even like this is let's say this is my simulation though, but like, what if like what if it's like our simulators or whomever is doing this is like they're all homies too? They're like, hey, let's get these dudes together. You know what I mean? Like, let's get these dudes together. Like, you're like, this is like, let's make this dude go to this high school and meet this dude. Let's make this dude interested in this because to become friends with this. Like,
there are a lot of like coincidences.
And me and like deja vu type shit is like, what if like a deja vu thing is like, you know how like you do a level and you don't pass the mission or something, so you restart? What if that's what the deja vu is like? Boom, but you got it this time.
Yeah.
And then that's why it just keeps going. That's
why deja vu is crazy.
Like,
because
you die and you just restart, and then you're
like shit like that. Like, and what if when you actually die, you just literally restart as a new thing, like a new life? Like that's why. What's that? Is it Buddhism? That you become back to
incarnation.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, that could be something. I mean, I'm not saying you're gonna come back as like an animal. You know, maybe an animal comes back as just itself, but like different, or like you just get a retry. Like, why can't that be real? Mm-hmm. To me, like I'm not super religious or nothing, but like if that God can be real, why can't another God be real? Mm-hmm. Or like, why can't an alien be real? Or why can't, this be like, if anything is like I don't know, there's just so like, and we'll just never know.
That's what sucks about it.
And
I think in our lifetime we're gonna see some crazy shit.
I think.
I personally, I think our like, dude, I think we're gonna see.
I think in our lifetime we're gonna see immortality. And I say this
so sick.
because that'd be so sick.
I want to live forever.
Well, I do too. But like, so I say this is because they're already finding ways to like make people live or like make hearts live off of pig intestines.
Yeah, I just seen this thing that like they like made a sheep human, like they genetically made a shit, and they're because they're trying to make organs. They're trying to get like organs like, and it was like literally like sheep. I think it was a sheep. I'm pretty sure it's a sheep.
That's insane.
But like, that shit's wild.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking like if I ever get like need a kidney and I get a sheep kidney because they made it, it's over.
What about stem cells? Do you fuck with stem cells?
You know talking about like the shit in your brain?
Yeah, or I think it's like spinal cord. It's like your spine.
And so it's what a stem cell is it's like a cell that hasn't been. So imagine you're a utility worker. He's a electrician, and I'm I don't know. I build
plumber.
Houses, right? I'm a plumber.
Yeah.
Well, before we even get our traits, let's say Jeremiah's like, okay, you do this, you do this, you do this. We're unmarked. We don't have a title yet, and that's what a stem cell is. He's like, okay, so imagine you're dying and you need a certain.
Or like you have, or you like have a burn on your arm, right?
Yeah.
They have a spray that has stem cells, but it sprays it and it completely heals it.
Yeah, because those cells haven't been arranged yet. They haven't been determined. So when they're sprayed in a body or when they're in a body, they're like
connect to what the
they're told what to do. So it's like, okay, this person has, for example, cancer. Okay, this person has cancer. You're going to be the replacement for that cell. And it's like, okay, cool. It's like a backup in a game. A backup in a football game. That's exactly what it is.
Just as good as
it's a backup cell.
Starter, pretty much. So
that's a stem cell. But the hang up on stem cells is you can only get them from
I think
fetuses.
Yeah,
really.
fetuses.
So you'd have to have abortions, and that's immoral, obviously. So it's like, but me and Jeremiah were like, why, if we're already having abortions already, why not be like, okay, those babies are the stem cell babies? Like, we obviously wouldn't have a lot of them. But they're already gone. You know what I mean? Like, this person doesn't want.
Because it would probably just become such a high demand that it would just turn into
true.
Like a
everything corrupts.
Niggas in Panama do that shit. They do stem cell research.
Other places do stem cell research. America doesn't.
Yeah.
So like other people just are like, well, I mean, it's so useful, and that's why I say like we have things like stem cells, other creatures, all these things. In our lifetime, in the next 30 years, we will see immortality. It doesn't make sense not to.
Yeah, I'm super with that.
I'm just about to save up for it.
Like I would love to live forever. Like,
but would you feel sorrow for when like people die and stuff?
You move on.
Yeah, but you move on.
I don't. But then it's like
I would do that, but I would turn that sorrow like I would do like if I was like, all right, I am living forever. I would do so much with that life that I just wouldn't let it go. Like I wouldn't just live forever.
Yeah. Would you? So let's say there are people you care about. Let's say people in this room. You're like, all right, Nick, I'm gonna give you. I have money, right? I have the money to like help you become immortal. You're gonna be immortal with me. Would you do that? Would you spread that like wealth around?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I mean, unless somebody didn't want to live for it, because I'm super like I believe like do whatever the fuck you want to do with your life. Like me, I know a lot of people are probably gonna hate me for this shit, but like I don't think suicide is bad. I think if personally somebody is literally at that point, then like I mean they're hurting so like they are hurting so fucking bad that they don't want to like they want to be done. Like I do that. If you want to live forever, try to live forever. Try to do that. I mean, I'm not saying that I would be sad for the person who who dies and like whatever like shit like that, but like I don't know, like I've just never been like I've been in certain situations where I didn't want to live, but like I've always still wanted to live. Like I've been so down to where like like this and that, but at the end of the day, I still want to like live my life.
Yeah.
And if somebody is literally at the point where they don't, I've never felt like, and I felt to the point where like you can't choose for somebody. You can't choose for somebody. Though it's so fucked up. People get so mad at me and say I'm so stupid for thinking like this, but literally you can't think for somebody else. You don't. You'll never be able to tell what they're feeling, you'll never. You
don't know what they're going through.
You never will know. You never will know. You can have fucking like all these reality stars. They're so they have all this shit, this and that. But they're not really happy. Like you think they are, but they're not. Like you don't know. You can't tell for that type of shit. So like, if Nick wanted to be immortal, yeah, I do. But I would never make that choice for him.
Do you think that having immortality would like take some values out of life? Like you would be like,
by far. I live forever.
I'm not gonna do this right now.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
Exactly. Yeah, you would just kind of be like. That's why I'm saying like if it would have to take a life to give life type thing, then like live that life.
Yeah.
Live like vicariously through them, or like like do like I don't know, try to make some kind of something out of nothing with that.
Yeah. All right, that was a long ass podcast. What was it, an hour and 51 minutes? 2 hours and 51 minutes?
Jesus Christ.
No. It's an hour and 51 minutes, but it's pretty much 2 hours.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So, should we wrap it?
That was sick.
All right. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. That is Jay. That is Nick. Well, I guess Jay's stuff will be down in the description.
Yeah, you guys want to plug anything?
Yeah, you want to plug anything?
I got a bunch of new music coming out, new videos, so much new stuff. It's like a new and improved me. Me and Jalen got stuff coming out.
Hey, finally, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm about to get the PS4, so then we'll be gaming on everything.
So where can they find your music at? Like where?
Right now, just SoundCloud. But the next, everything that I drop from now on, like I'm not dropping anything till I drop this next song that I have we have like video for and this and that. But I'm not dropping that. I'll still drop it on SoundCloud, but everything will be like
Apple
iTunes,
Music.
Yeah, it'll be everything now. It'll be like finally branching off into
the real
SoundCloud's like working, but there's so many more people who have.
We'll talk about that on a different podcast. But yeah. All right. Yeah.
Nick, anything?
I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching the podcast and deuces.
Deuces.